Oh my word.
You're stepping on my cord.
Oh no. Yoink, got it.
You got
Stop.
10 feet. 10 feet of cable and you had to step on it.
It just got caught on me. Check out this Jack 3 stream from 3 minutes ago. There was a network error.
You're a network error.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're on air.
Yeah, we're on. Yep, we're good. I see it.
There we go.
Put out of that. Put out of that. Alright. At everyone alive
Everyone who's in one is here. At least is gonna be here.
What do you got? Wait. Okay. Bam. And where did we leave off? Are we in? Oh no, we're not in Hayden City. We came back. That's right.
We're in the Outlands. The Wastelands. Talking to Deimos.
Close.
He said something important last time, but I wasn't listening. So that's...
He said he had a son. Who could it be? Who know? Nobody can know. Alright. Got a couple of people on the stream now. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, welcome to our streaming where we play Jack
Super
3.
games. Oh. That too.
What?
Let's see. I always put 2 M's in streaming.
Oh yeah, that...
Which is not right.
It is
Let's
not
go
right.
Closer.
It's wrong.
There we go.
It's despicable. Can people hear us now? Oh, I feel like I can hear me now.
Oh, they can hear us.
But can they hear us
Both
better?
show they can hear us.
Hello. Hello, user.
User here? Hey, what's up?
It feels like it's been a long time since we've done a stream. I know
It
it was
does.
just this week, but usually we do our streams closer together, so I feel so like we just haven't had enough streams this week.
I know, it's weird. We usually do them closer together. I was like, man, are we like missing a stream? But no. It's just been weird.
You know what that means?
What?
We just need to stream more often.
If I had time. If I had time, I would. But sadly, I don't.
Sadly, you are chained to the obligations of society.
Yep.
You gotta work. Whoa, what is happening? There we go.
For it.
Oh yeah. There's some animation. Ooh, look, shiny.
Nice.
Shiny orb.
Secrets are still available for purchase, just like,
know
you
they're
know,
still
always.
Their
It's funny.
availability does not I just don't care for any things. Yep.
Okay, sorry for sounding so far away. Now, I should be good and ready to go.
Sweet. Alright, welcome everyone. These are Reflections on Gaming. Weston, Jordan, and yeah, we're playing Jack 3. This is the 3rd session. This is in preparation for a reviewing of the title, so yeah, let's get back to it.
Hello. I love how PS4 still says we have 0 viewers, even though that's, like, obviously not true.
I mean...
Since people are commenting.
Yeah.
I just got back from Bath and Body Works, so I smell like a dream
a good dream?
Yes, I have the best dream. I have pumpkin...
What makes it the best dream?
I have pumpkin cupcake on my hands from the soap that they had, and I have Atlantic cologne on my neck and wrists. I literally smell like a god.
Like a god.
Like a god. Specifically the god that wears Atlantic cologne and pumpkin... Yeah, the god of perfume.
The god of pumpkin spice. The god of pumpkin spice is definitely a very basic white woman.
Absolutely. 30 years old, Karen.
Oh my god. You're so rude.
Oh, it's true. Like, look, if you're into that kind of stuff, there's nothing like against that. But
And here comes Karen, god of pumpkin spice.
yeah, like you know. Oh hey, I guess I'm just fighting off enemies.
Yeah, they're gonna attack the wall.
Not if I blow them up. Oh yeah, the big guys.
Yep.
Ha! Suck it.
Lunchboy says...
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, that's loud. Lunchboy says, I played Subsurface Circular yesterday. It was real good.
Subsurface Circular is very interesting, but it's only for some people. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
I've never even heard of it.
No, it's
Nope.
it's a not adventure game, but it's a story-driven game. All you do is you talk to people. It's really interesting because you're a robot and you're talking to other robots.
Oh. How do you talk to them?
You just talk to them.
Is it just like text-based, or...?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can see yourself in them.
Uh-huh. But it's mostly just narrative.
It is only narrative.
Oh, interesting. That car is straight on fire, man.
That car is on fire.
It's a pretty interesting text adventure.
I can't sing that song on stream.
It's Jack and he's Daxter.
Hey, bugger off.
Oh, you're almost dead, man. Oh, there it goes.
That's not almost dead.
That's very dead.
I didn't realize that burning car was just burning me alive. That's cool.
Oh, whoops.
It's like a text adventure game, but it's not just a text adventure. Well, you should see if in the cheats you can unlock a better vehicle for this.
True.
Not that it matters now, but
Let's see.
like the whole thing is very minimal, and it could have been done with just text, but it's not. There's 3D modeling of all the characters, and it's very intriguing. It only takes like, I don't know, an hour, maybe 2 to finish. So, you know, it's pretty worthwhile time investment if you're into story-driven stuff. Although it's not, I still wouldn't necessarily call it a text adventure in its gameplay, just because you don't have to type anything. You just select choices. It's kind of like
multiple choice.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you were playing the Mass Effect series, but they got rid of everything outside of the dialogue, and you got like wheels and options and stuff. That's like the whole game.
So it's like Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, It's like a VN, except with 3D modeling and stuff.
It's a robot dating sim, is essentially what you're telling me. I'd play a robot dating sim.
So, why did we start doing rickrolling in the comments? I know I was singing a song, but it definitely wasn't Rick Astley.
Rick Astley? More like Rick Astley. Wait.
That is how you pronounce his name.
What are they saying? I can't read it.
It's not a dating sim? Yes, neither is Doki Doki Literature Club.
Hey, spoilers. It is a dating.
It is not spoilers.
It is absolutely a dating sim. There
is
is
not
literally
spoilers to
no
say that.
other possible genre it could be put under.
There is spoilers in the opening credits of the thing. Like,
It's true, which is why when I had my friend do a blind playthrough, I distracted him when that came on the screen. Or no, I didn't even hook it up to the TV until he was... Get off of me! Until he was... I did it!
You just got rammed from behind.
The beam generator?
It's a generator of beams.
Oh, alright.
Duh.
Ow.
This is C. Marauders have attacked one of
man.
our artifact digs and stolen a very important item. We think they may have taken it to their
okay then.
stronghold. We would be most grateful if you find
Oh,
their
I'm good.
outpost and
I'm
retrieve
doing
it.
real good.
We'll make it worth your while. I promise.
Mad Hops.
Oh, man.
Jack, you left my car in the desert. Yeah, and it was right outside the gate, Cleaver.
My
Come
car
on.
now, Cleaver.
Well, yoink. I love this car. Ah! Let's see. I do not know what mission is coming up. I've only been in this game once.
Pretty sure this is the one where you go to that little lake with the rings, and you gotta
Yoink.
blow up cars and stuff, you know?
Nope, but I'm gonna find out, I guess.
Cactus
Goodbye,
to the face.
Oh. Ouch.
Do you have any recommendations for a good RAM or memory card for a PC? I'm building one.
Oh, man.
I
I don't even know who makes RAM, actually.
Honestly, when I was getting my PC, it was at the time when farming bitcoins and stuff was super big. So I didn't build my own PC. I just bought a pre-built one because I could get way better specs for significantly less money. Like, for $200 less than what I had spec'd for myself in parts, I got a beefier graphics card, a bigger CPU, and liquid cooling.
Nice.
It was cheaper, so it's
You
like...
have liquid cooling in your computer?
Uh-huh.
Dang.
Did you not notice that? That's what the tubes
I've
in
never
there
looked
for.
at it.
Oh.
Closely.
Yeah, so I am not a great source for understanding what kind of RAM you're looking for. But if you want to get the best bang for your buck, I guess, try to get 32 gigabyte RAM cards.
Oh, yeah.
Just so that you can, maximize your RAM, because most motherboards only have 1 or 2 slots. So I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, but I only have two 16 gigabyte cards, so I can't upgrade any higher than that unless I get new RAM cards.
Ouch.
Like, I can't just slot in another one. I've only got 2. I wonder if
Yeah, I've never built a computer. What?
No, keep going.
I've never built a computer either, so I don't know much. But same, get 32 gigs of RAM, and obviously, if you're building your own computer, don't skimp on anything. Like, you only want to have to build your own computer, once every,
No, you don't ever want to have to build a new computer.
Right.
You want to be able to add on to the current one.
And you want yours to be current for at least a little bit, so, get a good...
I would say the thing is that you want to make sure that, you're building within your price range. If your price range is a couple thousand, then you can make an incredibly competitive machine. If it's not, then look up on Reddit some PC building boards, and there'll be people on there that are much more knowledgeable about how to make a competitive machine for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need $1 million to make a good PC. But,
You gotta catch him, Jack!
Where's the car? But get a good, get an Intel processor, get a good AMD graphics card, or a, GTX, yeah. Just, where it counts, put some money into it. If you have to skimp a little bit on storage or something, that's okay.
Yeah, storage isn't that hard to upgrade, and it's generally one of the cheaper things. So, if there's one place to kind of lowball it, definitely lowball the data storage. Just because, and that's not RAM. That's like your actual hard drives and stuff. Because you can switch out hard drives and SSDs really easily.
Yeah.
I've got like 3 hard drives plus an external hard drive on my machine, and all of them only cost like $70 or something. So it's real easy to
Hunt and
access.
destroy, baby! Hunt and destroy!
Destroy.
All I know about computer hardware is GPUs are ridiculously expensive. That's not true. Brand new GPUs are ridiculously expensive. That's the thing. PC Master Race, people are always talking about how PCs are so much better than consoles, and it's like, yeah, duh. When you pay for something that's 3 times the cost of a console just for graphics, you would expect it to be significantly better.
Yeah.
If you're not getting something better, then you're an idiot. The benefit of consoles is you can get an extremely powerful piece of hardware for extremely cheap. Like, consoles are almost always sold at a loss, which just makes it easy. You can boost.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, you fired him up.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, the graphics card that I got was extremely expensive. I got a GTX 1080 when it was like new, before the 2080 came out. So yeah, that was expensive. It was like $1,200, and then everything else was $600 total. So like the most expensive part of my PC by far is the graphics card.
I'm going to build my own computer when I have the funds to do so. But I am a, college student, so that's not happening for the next... Well, I'm a graduating college student, so I can hopefully do it maybe...
Yeah, but you're planning on doing postgraduate work. So.
Yeah, I know. But I'm hoping to get a scholarship, so maybe I can spend a little bit on a computer once I for sure have a scholarship.
Maybe. I had a scholarship for my first 2 semesters.
I got a full ride scholarship for the entire time I've been at BYU.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But I have a 4.0. Well, I essentially have a 4.0, so it's not really surprising. But it's just because they totally erased my high school GPA. And, I had taken college courses in the past, and I had not done super well, but I even failed a history class. But they ignored all of my grades and just put them as passes, which are automatically worth a 4.0.
Oh,
yeah.
So easy.
Super nice.
I've had a consistent GPA since high school. 3.72.
Man.
That's what I had in high school. That's what I had in college.
3.72 is good.
I know, but it's just it was funny how consistent it was. That throughout high school and college.
We are grateful for your help.
Dang straight you're grateful.
I may have misjudged you too.
Dang straight you misjudged us.
Called the precursor prism. It will be of use to you.
Dang.
Please keep it as a sign of our
If you're going to build a
gratitude.
PC, be very careful with the processor. Yeah, I'd say that processor-wise, a lot of people don't think about it quite as much. And really the processor that you get is going to be based a lot on what you want to do with your computer. And I think the main difference between AMD and NVIDIA is parallel processing power. AMD is generally much better at parallel processing, whereas NVIDIA tends to be
NVIDIA, that's the other
direct power,
brand.
which for right now, for most games, direct power tends to be better, just because that's what most game developers kind of
beginning
leverage.
to think you chickened out.
But
I
I
saw an
have
eco-crystal
seen that
displaced.
if you're
It's yours
savvy
if you
with
want it.
computers,
Trouble is,
you can really make
metalheads have been spotted here en
AMD
masse.
be a real workhorse
But
for
we
you.
wouldn't want those nasty boys to just move back in here without a
I
welcome.
love how
I
Sega's
built
like,
one before and broke the
Let's
pins
go
on the
give 'em a
processor.
big
Oh man, that
surprise.
sucks. Processors are not cheap.
could you just get it, was there any warranty on it to get a new one or anything?
I'm sure there's warranty, but they don't put any warranty on user error.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, oh,
Well-
I accidentally dropped my phone 5 minutes after buying it. Can I get a new one?
I'm
No,
not
You're
I'm
an
not
idiot.
saying you should do this, but there's really no way for them to verify if something is user error unless you tell them. If you say, "Hey, it showed up with the pins bent," what are they going to do? Right? That still falls under warranty. And I'm not saying you should do that, but if you spent,
Processors are usually only $100 or so.
well, okay, that's easy for you to say, but for me, if I lost
I know, but I'm just saying if you're building a PC, you should have the funds for that. But it does kind of fall under the idea of if you're going to build your own machine, make sure you know what you're doing before you start. The whole guys don't need instructions kind of thing that movies like to, make fun of. Don't be that guy.
Let's get him, Jack!
regardless,
Figure out.
accidents happen. I think warranties should cover accidents personally.
Hold on!
It would be nice if they did,
There
but
he is!
yeah, and it would be a lot better for the consumer if they did. But
Watch it!
you just imagine a company that's like, we will now cover user errors. Suddenly,
Keep
they're
shooting him!
covering
He's almost
way more stuff
Yeah,
because of idiots.
unfortunately, yes.
Like, there's people where it's like, I made a slight mistake and, you know, it's never going to happen again. And there's people where they're like, oh, I, you know, stuck it in the freezer because I thought that that's how you get things cool so that it would run faster. And it's like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
It's true. What
Thoughts
do you mean this isn't supposed to go in the microwave?
Thoughts and opinions on tactics games. You
not a fan,
probably need to
personally.
be a little more.
Are you talking RTSs?
Yeah, you gotta explain yourself a little more with
You hit
tactics
one.
games.
I hit
Hold
one.
on.
Yes, I did. Thank you, Seg.
Oh
I straight up don't remember this mission.
Me neither, but I kind of hate it.
yeah, he's hurting.
Oh yeah, he's hurting. Also, like, Seg, why are you here?
He's driving.
I know, but he's just like there, and he's
You
just
got
like,
him.
hey, I thought you weren't gonna show up. There's an eco crystal in there that is yours. Like, okay, why are you here? You could have just told me about this.
So when you say tactics games, turn-based, you're talking like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, the kind of thing where you have a field, and in addition to
Let's get another
stats
one.
and abilities, you also have to deal with positioning. Is that the kind of
Oh.
tactics games you're talking about, Len?
My gosh. There we go. Got through the mud.
My word.
Oh my goodness! It's freaking.
Nice shooting, baby.
Personally, I am a bit conflicted. I haven't played very many, and that's because the ones that I have played, I absolutely sucked at. I like to think that I'm generally fairly proficient at video games, especially RPGs. Like, there's very few RPGs that I have
It's
not
coming
been
out
able
of the
to
ground.
absolutely
You got another one of
dominate.
those bad boys.
But like real-time strategy games and positioning-based strategy games, I suck at them hardcore.
Yeah, I put a little bit of time into Civ 5 recently because I got it. Some relatively recently, like a few months back. But I don't know. I don't think my brain is wired for those kinds of games. I don't even not like strategy games. I do like strategy games. It's just that having to control multiple people or controlling like an army or different units and stuff, and just kind of that slow progression of the game that is
Oh yeah, we rock.
pretty,
Front flip.
you know, pretty universal in RTSs. Excuse me. I just can't. I don't know. I can't get into them very much.
I think the problem I have with RTSs is the same problem I have with chess. In a singular move, I can generally
Nice
make
hit.
a very good move, but trying to think several moves ahead, which is something you have to do in real-time strategy, I am just bad at.
Yeah.
It's not something that I've ever trained in myself, and I've never learned kind of the strategies that you'll see in books and stuff for chess.
We got some
So-
serious trophies, baby.
I don't know, it's just most of the games I've played are a little more work than I really want to put into it.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's just one of those things. Like, if you love those games, good on you. You know, that's fine. But I'm not gonna play something that I don't enjoy just to try and force
Oh,
myself
man.
to find enjoyment in it. You know.
Are you going to play the COD Cold War
I knew
story?
these suckers would be back.
I'm probably not even going to get that game.
I have not heard very good things about the beta, to be honest.
Call of Duty, it has been trying to position itself at the top of the gaming market again, because for years and years and years, it was the go-to. That's what everyone got for like Christmas and
Yeah.
frat parties, and just if you were getting a system to play a game, that was like the game you got it for most people who are not quote-unquote core gamers.
Yeah.
And to do that, it had
Keep
to be
shooting
very
him. He's almost dead.
mainstream, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
Bam. Got him.
But it just, I tend to be not super into those kinds of games.
Okay, I just gotta get out of here alive. I'm very close to being dead.
You are very close to being dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think there is something inherently wrong with the yearly model of Call of Duty.
I think there's something inherently wrong with the yearly model of games in general.
Did you see the FIFA 21 review on IGN?
The one where they're like, this is literally FIFA 19.
Yeah, they just copy and pasted their review and literally changed nothing.
No, they gave it a lower score.
And they gave it like a 2, and they changed the titles to FIFA 21. But that was it. They didn't change any of the actual content of the review, which is hilarious to me.
Well, what's even funnier is that EA literally said, if you own FIFA 20, then this is the same game. They literally tell you, we have not done anything to improve or change this game. It is just that you have to get out of your car.
I know, it's not letting me out. Please stop, please stop, please stop.
Man.
Don't do it, don't. Nope. My time has not come.
The Flood are gonna kill you.
No, I'm not ready to go. I'm not ready to go.
Lunchboy says he enjoys strategy games, but doesn't think he's very good at them either. Which,
Yeah, baby.
I straight up thought the game had just crashed. I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened?
and Solid Lemon is back in the system.
I'm fine. It's fine. I got it.
None of your business.
I wouldn't call you fine, but you're still alive.
Let's just say Damus lost a little something in the city. and
Fine,
you don't
alive. What's the
What do
difference?
you care, man? Haven folk are a bunch
big
of
difference.
weaklings. You know that. They'd already lost the war before it started. Luckily, Damus has a
All
plan to make sure we all
the
survive.
chat boys are here.
People's lives.
All the chat boys are here.
Yuzu, Solid Lemon, Lunchboy,
Survival of the
Guys, how do we get more chat
Just
boys?
you get with the program,
or girls. We
you're
won't
on the winning
discriminate.
side.
Well, obviously.
The one on top of the pie.
I mean, I won't say I want girls more than guys, but I want them as much as guys. In chat.
Just
Specifically
keep
in
your nose
chat.
clean and
Don't
stay
anyone
sharp.
take that out of
I'll tell you
context.
when the action
Yes, pizza. We got pizza last night.
We
It
did
was-
get pizza last night.
It was good stuff.
It was pretty good.
But my body was like rebelling this morning, not gonna lie. I think it's been too
And
long.
yet you still ate more.
That's because it's really tasty. No. It rebelled after I ate more. Probably just because I ate pizza for 2 meals straight. 3 meals straight, because I also had a slice for lunch. It's bad. Don't do
The
that.
XCOM games are some of my favorite games, but I don't really think I'm strategizing much when I play them. You know, I actually started playing XCOM Enemy Unknown, or whatever the first one is, the one that's generally very highly regarded.
Enemy Unknown is the first of the new,
Yeah,
like,
the new
generation.
ones.
Yeah.
And I actually enjoyed it. I didn't get super far into it because I got sucked into some other game. But I actually felt like I was doing fairly well. But, you know, the first couple of levels are always super easy in games.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's not true. The first level is not always easy, but it tends to be
I
pretty
need to find some very special precursor artifacts, but I'm running out of time.
Wait a tick. I just traded a very rare artifact indeed to a nice band of metalheads. It was an ugly piece of hardware. Looked like a dog's breakfast to me. But those toothers paid handsomely. They seemed nice enough. Good ivories they had, you know, if you dig fangs and claws.
I do.
I bet if you crank up that dunk,
I dig 'em.
you and the offsider just might be able to catch him.
I'll drive. Jack, you get on the gun. Daxter, just get in, sit down, and shut up.
It's about right.
You're not appreciating Daxter nearly enough. Daxter is a beast.
Oh, turret.
Open up on him.
I remember this, but I
I
also
also-
thought that it was really weird that it's like, okay, before we just had someone automatically shooting and it just aimed at things correctly. Now suddenly that's not
Damn.
good enough? Like, what? Whatever.
Bro.
Yeah, I think
What?
eventually I will play the XCOM
There we
games,
go.
but I just finished Persona
Blow
5
them
Royal
away.
a little while ago,
Turn and burn,
and that took
baby.
me like 120 hours, so I kind of want to stick to games that are not going to take me that long, just for a little bit.
Just for a bit, yeah.
Just because investing in that kind of game, I only play like one game at a
Hit him in the
time.
head.
So playing a game like that takes me a couple of months, and it's a lot.
Die, you metalhead scum. I love
Well,
how
I
it's
will-
like shoot in the head,
Nice
even though it
shot.
auto targets, and I don't really have a choice.
Though I will say, if you're someone who likes RPGs and likes
Here
to
comes
get a
some more.
lot for their money,
Yeah.
Persona 5, absolutely up your alley. Like, it's pretty freaking dope. The people who say it's good, they are correct.
Great turret work.
I gave it a shot. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't like it as much as a lot of people. but-
Persona 5 is not for everyone.
Shoot up, Jack!
Persona
They're in the
as a
sky!
series is like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest and stuff in its combat mechanics. But it is not like those games in its exploration and story mechanics. So, in Final Fantasy, you have a relatively straightforward story. In terms of,
Open up on 'em.
you don't really have to do anything for the story to progress properly, right? You just go where they tell you to go, and boom, you're
Here
done.
comes some more.
In Dragon Quest, it is the same way. The biggest difference between those games, aside from art style, aesthetics, and stuff,
You got
is the way
one.
the combat
Hang on.
goes out. In Persona,
Shoot him, Jack.
rather than having this big world to explore, you instead have
They're
people
coming from above.
to explore. So what you do is,
Don't take that out of context.
Nice shot.
you're not exploring like people's bodies, you're exploring people's personalities and their personal stories.
Wonderland.
So you have approximately 1 year of days, and every day you can take at most 2 actions. And these
Blow 'em
actions
away.
can be talking to people, going and playing games, eating, drinking, studying, whatever.
Buying guns.
Yes,
Toy
and there's
guns.
tons and tons and tons of things to do. Some of the things will
Shoot
increase
'em,
your
Jack!
social stats, which increase your abilities when it comes to actually
Shoot up, Jack.
talking to
They're in
people.
the sky.
Some will increase your affinity with certain people. Some will give you money. Some will give you items.
Go.
And it's just every day you have
Hit
to
'em in the head.
maximize what you're doing to achieve the results that you want. And then every now and again you will also have to go inside of people's minds and do the kind of normal
Shoot
dungeon
'em all.
crawling from RPGs. So if a visual novel, very heavily story-focused micromanagement style game
Take 'em
sounds like
out.
fun to you, then you will thoroughly enjoy Persona. If those things I described sound like pulling teeth,
What a
then you are
team.
not going to enjoy the game because that is the bulk of it. And, quite frankly, a lot of people are not into that, and that's fine. So,
Whoa.
yeah. Weston was not a huge
Ow.
fan of that, felt that the pacing was incredibly slow, because it is. And that never really improves, because you literally play through the game almost in real time. Like, not every day is an actual day, but you have to play through every individual day.
Hallelujah. I didn't... Yeah, and if you're going to play it, also get Persona 5 Royal, because...
It is significantly better.
For the forest ruins.
Persona
Like-
5 isn't bad, but Persona 5 Royale is so good, it makes the first game look bad.
Yeah, like, I would give it another shot playing...
We believe the
playing-
forest ruins may hold the answers.
Because...
Back to Forest.
I don't... Just... Yeah, there are some problems with pacing, and one of the things is, like, you get a gun, and in the original version, every time, if you run out of bullets in a dungeon, it's over, and your bullets carry over from battle to battle. Whereas in Royale, they refill at the beginning of every fight, which I realize doesn't matter that much in the long term, but in the beginning of the game, that would be really, really nice.
It's really nice because Persona 5 relies heavily, and I mean
I've been doing some research
heavily
into the forest pillars.
on
It seems they've been here for longer than
using
any other
enemies'
known ruins,
weaknesses against them.
except for maybe the
If you hit an
catacombs.
enemy with their
Myth
weakness,
says these
then
pillars
they
were
will
once
be
linked to
down.
some type of
If
planetary
you down
observation
all the
system.
enemies, you have a
Very
couple of
mysterious.
options. One
Let's see
option
if those
is
items you found in the wasteland will activate and unlock
one
their
option is to
secrets.
actually take that persona for your own and earn their abilities. Another option is to just do an all-out attack against all the enemies with a fairly hefty chance to just kill them all immediately. But when they're down, they can't attack you. They won't take their turn. So, it's super important. And a number of enemies, their weakness is specifically guns. So, being able to, at the beginning of every battle, have guns to utilize is really nice for just being able to use weaknesses.
It also just a weird... For me, I thought it had a weird difficulty curve. In that I was, like, destroying the first dungeon, and then I got to one fight, and, like, couldn't even get a hit off because they put my whole party to sleep and I never got to wake up. And
That's hilarious.
they just killed me. They were succubuses, and I don't want to know what they did with me after they killed me.
They sucked your soul out. That's why they're called succubuses.
That's not why they're called succubuses.
I mean, I didn't say how they sucked your soul out.
Oh,
because
okay.
that definitely is why they're called succubuses. I have not played Persona 4. Persona 5 is the only one I've played. I do have, though, Persona 5 Golden. I also, because PlayStation... Oh, yeah. If you guys haven't heard, PlayStation is redoing their entire storefront. So for the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 and online, you'll no longer be able to access legacy content, which is PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PSP, PS Vita, all those games. So I got an email about that, and I have a bunch of PlayStation 2 and 1 and titles that I eventually wanted to get. Well, since they're going to be going away, I just got them all beforehand so that I could download them all. So now I've got the entire Devil Summoner series on PlayStation 2. I've got Shin Megami Tensei 1, 2, and 3, Nocturne, and all that stuff. So eventually I will likely play them, but it kind of depends because I'm not sure I want to spend another 120 hours on a game anytime soon.
Jack, you did it!
It's about time you two got here.
Dang it, Kira. Don't talk.
Sorry.
Jeez.
We only had a war in the way.
Great work, Jack.
Don't you guys
Let me be the
remember
first
this
to
part of the
officially
city from
apologize
Jak
for
2?
Forget
I
Don't
do.
you love it?
Very
I've got my
clearly.
own interest in this.
I don't either.
Well, what we know right now is there's a huge dark planet builder bearing down on us all. How much time we have, no one can guess.
10
It
hours.
is ROG
I can
precursor
guess.
technology.
That's probably a
and the
really
only
bad
way
guess.
I
to
mean, we
destroy
can
it
guess.
But
Oh, we
we
can all
can
guess.
We can
The
guess.
question is, will
and
it be
that
accurate?
lies at the bottom of the catacombs.
Ah,
Also,
yes,
the large
catacombs.
number of eco crystals being moved about can mean only one thing. Someone is trying to awaken vast precursor technology.
Kira, you
think
sound
we
like a
could
boy
find
now.
Or Errol. Or
I think the
maybe-
big problem
Oh,
isn't
wait
just
till you hear
because
about
her
my
voice
adventures in
actress
the
got
wasteland.
replaced,
So there I
but it
was,
got replaced
facing a
poorly,
whole brood
and they
of
also didn't really
slobbering
utilize
metalheads,
her.
When all of a sudden,
They didn't direct her super
It looks
well.
like a large-scale
No.
assault. Multiple targets
And they
inbound.
changed her model.
You up for
I don't
some
get
action,
it.
Jack?
This is weird.
Look who you're talking to. Let's rock and roll, Dax.
I wouldn't say changed. I'd say updated.
Let's rock and roll. Well, they updated it.
Are you trying to stop the formation of a planet in this game? No. That was showing that on the inside of this planet, there's a vast network of catacombs that allow us access to the precursor technology, which is, just part of this game. There's precursor stuff everywhere. Oh, you have to shoot the metal thing through the... No, the specific pieces.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, before you were just blasting it, it wasn't doing anything. So we're not trying to stop the formation of a planet. We're trying to stop some specific
Got him.
people.
Targets inbound.
You
Hello,
definitely
guard.
shot that guy in the face a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
time.
absolutely. He was asking for it.
So we're not trying to stop the formation of a planet. We're trying to stop this guy from getting into the catacombs and doing whatever he wants with the technology, because there's a good chance the technology could be used for very, very bad things. In the second game, they were trying to get this thing called the Precursor Stone, and the Precursor Stone had so much energy in it that if they were to crack it open, it would literally destroy the planet. So the thought of anyone getting technology like that again is a bad thing.
It is a very, very bad thing.
I didn't hear anything because I'm not paying super close attention to what is happening in this game. I do know that eventually this terraforming robot comes from the Dark Makers, which are like the Metalhead Masters or whatever, but I don't think we got that far yet.
No, we did not.
So there's definitely a
Last one. Nice
planet
shooting.
building,
Find your
thing.
way back here, Jack.
but not yet. Oh, that was pretty easy. I remember this being a lot tougher than that. Oh no, I'm thinking of a different mission, which might be coming up soon, so...
Yay! This might be the longest I've ever played a game unbroken during one of our streams.
You mean without dying?
No, I just mean unbroken. Through a variety of circumstances. Sometimes death, sometimes other things.
What are the other things?
You know.
Nice moves, my boy.
That was an
You're
interesting
the
little
best man we've
emulation
got to lead
error
an
there.
expedition into
Did
the
you see it?
catacombs.
Yeah.
Please,
Let us not.
Oh, I'm
Jack,
gonna murder
shoot him
you.
now.
Are you sure you
Literally,
want this
just
done,
shoot him
freak?
now.
Contaminating
No one
the
here is
hallowed
going to hold it
halls of
against you.
glorious precursors?
Nobody's even gonna care, man.
Have you played Valkyrie
Look at his head.
Chronicles? I played the first level of Valkyrie
I've got the
Chronicles.
answer you're looking for.
It is super
My
cool.
precursor monks
Looks
have given
really
me
great.
the
Is that the
knowledge
tank
to
one?
turn on the planetary defense
There are
grid.
tanks in it.
It's the world. It's like the but
It's
war
anime
realistic.
World War One
Jack's
Yeah,
always
World War
gotten us
One, there
through
it
thick
is.
or
and
World
thin.
War Two.
I'm
One
with
of
him.
those. And in addition to that, it's RTS, but instead of moving people around
Count
to
Vigo,
specific
I hereby
squares,
dissolve the City
you
Council
control
and
them in
strip you
third
of your
person
title, command, and all
movement and
privileges.
stuff, and you
Now
just have a
get out of
certain
my
distance
sight.
that you can do.
What? How
Right.
dare you?
Yeah, so I'm
I
eventually
offered
going to
you
play
mercy,
that, but like,
now you
I only
will
have so
all
much
burn
time
in the
in any
precursor
day,
fires of creation.
unfortunately.
Swear it.
Okay, seriously, he just
That
threatened
was one
all of
hell of an
us.
attack.
Shoot
Ray.
him
We
in
can't
the
continue
head.
to repel such large assaults forever. That
Well,
floating
that
war
was
factory
interesting,
has
but
got
let's
to be
move
shut
on.
down.
Ashlyn, are we not
The
going to
problem
address
is,
his
the factory is
threats?
shielded and
No!
has gate codes on every access
Jack!
point.
Jeez.
Most old KG door ciphers were kept hidden in the
You're
main
so obsessed
system
with him,
power.
Jack.
I think the
If you
problem
can
is
break
they
into the
in this
system,
game they
you
tried
may
to
be able to
retcon
unlock the
Kira
war
as
factory
like
doors
this
to get
innocent,
inside.
childlike
says the eco-grid in the
girl
power room
when
could
that's
help
never
you,
been who
but
she
to open the
was.
old
Yeah,
power
well, why
room,
would
you
they
must
do
find
that?
the junction box in the sewer.
It's a good
Personally,
question. I'd
I
love
think
to
you're
talk
crazy
to
to
some
go
of the
down
people
there.
at Naughty
But,
Dog and see why they
good luck.
shifted characters around and like.
Just like, I love your games, but like, why did you do that?
It's like, first, did you fire the person, or did they quit, or like, what happened where you couldn't get them back? Because they were perfect for her voice. Like, it was great. Second of all, why did you replace her VA with a boy? That's not fair. I don't actually know who the new voice actress is. It could be a guy,
I don't
it
think
could
it's
be
an
a girl.
actress. That sounds very well. I guess that's they get women to do young boys, so I guess it could just be a woman that sounds like a young boy.
A woman voices Bart Simpson. So.
I know, and Goku.
Mm-hmm. And Luffy, and I mean, it's especially with Japanese stuff. It's almost always women who voice them, and it's because they want the. Oh look, precursor rope.
What's
Go back. It's behind that tree. Like literally behind the tree. Up. There.
Oh. Ah!
You missed it.
Oh, whoops. Ah! I keep turning. Come on, camera. Do the.
It's
There
getting
we
stuck
go.
on geometry.
Ah! Yes.
Why did you have to grunt for that?
Because it was effortful.
Have I talked about the game DEFCON? No, you have not
Briefly.
talked about the game DEFCON.
But I don't know. You just asked if we played it, which neither of us. Oh, where am I going?
Where are you going?
Oh, I need to look at the map.
Going into the sewers, baby. I think. I'm almost positive.
Wow.
I forgot. It's weird to me that they like changed the transition from the regular thing to this.
To a cutscene.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Me neither. Oh no! Oh, that's a bomb. Kaboom!
That takes 10 ammo each time, so...
Yeah, I know. But it's really fun.
It is. I love... That's my favorite gun.
Really?
Yeah. The rocket launcher?
Nice.
Amazing.
Let's see. I assume this is the right way.
My mind is just on RTS games now. I mean, that's fair. Everyone gets a hankering for specific games at times.
I'm trying to think if I played... I think Civ 5 might be the only RTS game I've ever played.
I played through Half-Life. I have yet to beat it, but I've played through a big portion of the campaign. That's
Half-Life?
Did I say Half-Life?
You said Half-Life.
Oh, I meant... Oh, crap. StarCraft.
Oh,
I meant
Star...
StarCraft.
Okay. Yeah. I've played a little bit of StarCraft 2, but like... very little bit.
StarCraft
Oh,
as
crap.
well, or StarCraft 2?
No, StarCraft, the second one.
Yeah, okay. That's... The ambiguity of saying 2 is obnoxious. DEFCON is a minimalist RTS globe thermonuclear war simulator. Yeah, try saying that 3 times fast.
RTS Globe Thermonuclear
Minimal
War
RTS
Simulator.
Globe Thermonuclear War Simulator.
Oh.
Minimalist RTS Globe Thermonuclear War Simulator.
Minimalist
RTS Global Thermonuclear War Simulator.
I did it.
There you go, kids. You at home can follow along and get your tongue tied by trying to say that. I'm pretty sure you're... Okay.
Oh!
I usually just jump over all of them.
Well, I use skill instead of, cheats.
Sure, yeah.
Hacks.
You go with that.
Mm-hmm. Why am I down here? There is a lot less explanation about a lot of these missions in this game.
To be fair, we haven't been paying a lot of attention. I'm pretty sure we're trying to find catacombs right now that are underneath the city.
Oh, okay.
Jetboard.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, you just turned it on.
Got it. We good.
Why? Were you just waiting for us there? Like, what the heck?
I mean, they are drones, so it's not outside the realm of possibility.
But why were they waiting in the sewer?
Oh no, my jetboard is gone.
Why wouldn't I be on the jetboard for this?
Doesn't make any sense. Ow, my back is broken.
That's Jack. Oh, baby. Oh, the longevity of how long you landed.
Smack. Oh. This is dead.
Ah, you're like at half health. I want to heal up. I love how not everything stops in time for it.
Yeah.
Just most things.
Just things that will kill me.
What? Oh, come on. This is perfect time for the... Yeah, there you go. Daxter is in fact dead again.
Submerge. Man. I know I've already talked about this. But Bath and Body Works, man. They have some amazing scents. They had candles. They have their Christmas candles out right now, alright?
What? It's too early for Christmas candles.
Of course it is. But they had a peppermint candle that smelled amazing, and they had a hot chocolate candle. And if you hold them up to your nose together, it's just like this beautiful mint hot chocolate scent. And it's,
That's cool, but the thing that I don't like with those specific kinds of scents is that it's like it sets me up to want to eat something, and I can't. And it's like, don't do that to me.
I mean, you can. Hopefully we'll have hot chocolate in the house throughout winter.
I can't eat the candle, is what I'm saying.
Oh. I mean, you can, but you probably shouldn't. Probably not
like,
gonna be
it's
very
gonna
good.
smell like, whatever, and it's like, man, I could really use some hot chocolate. And it's like, well, guess what? It's not hot chocolate, it's a candle.
Oh.
Yay! We can get into
that's
I wonder
right.
who electrified that door to
the surprise is coming. The power room door is
I
now
think we know
open,
who
Jack.
electrified the room.
Was it
Who's
your
the
mom?
Who's the skittish? who's the most skittish person in these games and now has full control over the power grid?
Yeah, but he's dead.
Uh-huh.
It's not chocolate, it's wax. Hey, you know what?
I can't believe it's not chocolate. What is it? Just
2020 is
straight
going
up
by
wax.
fast. I mean, 2020 is a weird year where it feels like it's been lingering for a long time, but it also feels like it's been going way too quickly.
Yup.
Especially this week, like, I had a lot of stuff going on at my day job, so it went by very quickly.
This week dragged like crazy for me. I don't know why. It's not been a very good week,
remember this place?
to be fair.
I sure miss good old Vin.
Yeah,
Me
he was a good
too.
guy. A bit crazy.
A bit?
Hey, who you calling crazy?
A bit
I can't
crazy?
help it if the world is out to get me.
Vin!
I can't help it if the world's out to get me.
Well, actually, no, it's not.
Well,
I'm a
no.
multi-layered hyperlink
Well, yeah,
imaging editing
yes, but
bioconstruct
actually no.
superclocked mega memory construct, baby.
Did you understand
A
the words he
super
said?
clocked memory
When the city
construct?
was overrun by metalheads,
That's so
before
dumb.
they got to me, I dumped my
The year
brain
has
into
completely
ego
blurred.
greed.
I mean,
Everything's
that's
great
probably a
now.
good thing.
Those
Hopefully
monsters
this year
can't get
ends
me
on a
in
high
here.
note, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, Vin.
We'll see.
I'm happy you're whatever
Hey,
you are.
I
but right
did
now,
my
we need
part.
to get into the war factory. But the doors are
Jordan's
sealed. We think
boss
the code
at
to
work
open
is
the doors
like,
hidden in
good
the
news,
system."
everybody.
It is.
The CDC thinks that we'll be ready for normalcy halfway through next year.
Not normalcy.
Oh,
Semi-normalcy.
Semi-normalcy to work in an office again with like precautions in place. Halfway through next year.
I don't think... I don't...
Just get
What,
us
were we
close.
streaming that one time when I went on my rant? or we were just
If they fail,
playing
I
together
can
or
always
whatever.
use a companion in here.
You're gonna have to be more specific about which rant. There's a lot of those.
Oh, God.
About the state of several countries.
Oh,
countries
yeah.
versus
No, that was
many
on
others.
stream.
Yeah. Well, for you guys that weren't here, I just mentioned, and you know, maybe I'll get some flack for this, depending on
Okay, Vin,
what
baby.
your
Jack me in.
personal thoughts are. But there's only 3 countries in the world that have not taken this pandemic seriously, and they are the United States, North Korea, and China. When you're grouping countries together, you do not want to be grouped together with North Korea and China. That is not a good thing. So the fact that the U.S. has just gone so far behind, and there's so many people in this country that are like, oh, the pandemic's not a big deal. It's like other countries have already dealt with it.
Here they come again.
Like, I know it's not necessarily going to be perfect. Our country is different from others. But, like, we at least need leadership that's like, no, you can't just decide to do whatever you want. You actually have to take this seriously. Because it
What?
actually kills people.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't know what
anyway,
you're
it's
talking
just...
about.
Yeah, so hopefully some things change in that sector to not be such a
Here they
joke.
come again.
And, you know, kind of get, in the global view, America
I
in
gotta
a
avoid the
slightly
nasties.
better light. Nasties, there's only one thing.
It's true.
Switch tracks.
I love how this is like Pac-Man, except way simpler.
Yes. It's so... not my favorite minigame, gotta say. Oh, crap. I thought he was gonna switch.
Oh,
No,
failed.
my streak, it's over. I failed. Wait, I think maybe you can make Daxter go faster by pressing something.
You can.
Oh,
Pressing X.
gosh dang it. That would have made life easier.
Oh, what?
Oh.
I didn't realize that it was such a small window.
Yeah. The year is completely blurred. Yes. Yes.
Game on.
It's like, I saw a meme that was like, home for the holidays since May.
It's true.
Look out.
Nom 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 nom
All
nom.
right.
What are those things supposed to do?
They'll destroy or pause the red guy.
I see. Man, they should really have like said, "Hey, you can speed up by
Here they
pressing
come again.
X." By the way,
They didn't give us any.
crap.
Big boy.
See, when you're going fast like that, it's easy to be like, this is not
Game
working the
on.
way I want it to.
Gotta go fast. I just
This
want
is
to.
actually a bootleg copy of Sonic the Hedgehog. No! Gosh dang it! I thought he was gonna turn before, and so I didn't want to turn. I didn't want to go up when he was still on that line.
Yeah, I just want to see Black Widow. Honestly, like, is that too much to ask?
It's looking bad.
I just, I have been waiting for a Marvel movie
Oh, no.
for so long.
I think it could be really good, and I like
looking bad.
David Harbour as an actor in general, so I'm always excited to see him in more big budget stuff. But I don't know, Black Widow, we'll see.
Here they come
That
again.
timing, what timing?
Me being
It's
epic.
looking bad.
It lays more.
I didn't know that's what it did. What a jerk.
I don't know. There's just... I'm excited for Black Widow, personally. I think it's going to be...
It's looking bad.
You... you don't do that.
No, what? You,
All right.
What?
you went around a corner that you easily could have gotten those dots, and you just didn't.
Oh no.
I am
No,
focused.
Thank you.
Bam!
Erased everything. The system defenses are down.
The system defenses are down. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
You beat
Is
the
down.
system.
The system
It's
is down.
looking bad.
The system is down.
Got the sight.
Great work, Jack.
Anybody remember Homestar Runner?
Unlock the warfare.
Listen, Vin, we've got things
Well,
to do.
goodbye to those
We'll keep in
viewers.
touch. Promise.
I don't know. I think it'll do... People have been, complaining
I
about...
think I just heard that the Demon Slayer movie got delayed again. Or no. I remember what it was. It was not delayed. Okay, take courage, my friends. I just heard that Japan is lifting some of its restrictions on theaters specifically for this movie, for Demon Train Mugen and stuff, which is cool because I already finished Demon Slayer. It's the manga is over, and this movie is essentially like season 3 all stuck together. But I think it'll work out really well as a movie because it was a pretty short arc. But it's super cool.
What the heck is Demon Slayer?
You've never heard of Demon Slayer?
No.
Okay, so Demon Slayer is this new really hot anime. It's about a brother and sister. So this brother, the guy, he lives with his family, and his dad died a couple of years ago just from some health complications. So he does all the work around the house. And provides for his family by chopping wood and then selling it. And he's got, I think, 3 siblings. He's got a younger sister and then twins, the boy and a girl, younger siblings. Anyway, this is all just lead up to, in this world there are demons. And there is one demon in particular who is like the head demon. And this head demon can turn other people into demons. So this head demon just happens to see this guy's family while he's away, and he kills them all except for his sister. And he infects his sister with the demon thing because he's trying to make demons that can survive the sunlight. So she gets infected, and he protects her from a demon slayer because there are specific people who go around killing demons to protect normal humans, and he does such a good job protecting her, though he loses, that he is kind of put on a path to train to become a demon slayer himself. And the artwork and the way that the story kind of unfolds is fantastic. The fight scenes are like literally works of art, especially in the anime.
Are we gonna get a Winchester brother cameo?
No.
That would be pretty funny if they just straight
It
up
would be, but
murdered.
it would be really tough.
Oh yeah, no, they never get the rights to do that.
But the really cool thing, yeah, but they parody stuff like that all the time. The really cool thing though is the sword styles that they use to fight the demons. The main character starts out using water style, and there's a guy who uses lightning style. And there's love style, and there's all these crazy things.
Love style, huh? Alright.
It's not what you think.
I hope it's not what I think.
The person who uses it probably looks like what you would think, but she doesn't act like that. Cool. But the other interesting thing is there are kind of 3 main characters. The main character, the MC, he has a really sensitive nose. So he literally, like, smells when he needs to cut and how he needs to cut. There's another guy with super hearing who does the same kind of thing, and another guy with super feeling who does the same kind of thing just by feeling things using his body. And because of that, he always goes around shirtless so that he can feel better.
Nice.
And it sounds really dumb, but it's super cool.
Crap.
Also, his sister, who has become a demon, is a super cutie, and he keeps her in a box on his back to protect her from sunlight, and also from other demon slayers.
Get in the box!
But what's really funny is that she can control her size at will, more or less. So she turns into this tiny little chibi form to fit in the box.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay. Speaking of tiny chibi forms that are adorable, have you guys heard about the Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories? Yeah. They released a demo for it recently, and Jordan downloaded it on the PS4, and we both gave it a try. The best thing about it, in my opinion, of the demo, not of the game, but of the demo, is that every time you start a song while it's loading, you just have a little chibi version of Sora, Donald, and Goofy walking along the screen. And it is adorable.
Gosh dang it.
You're just doing it.
I tried to grind those rails, and I just freaking missed. Yeah, actually, today I was playing the demo again. Whoops. I was trying to move the arm.
Sorry for that. Oh my goodness. Sorry, you're probably hearing a lot of stuff on the microphone. Okay. Sorry, we were adjusting it.
Do not adjust your television. It's us adjusting our television. I actually played that game again today because I wanted to accomplish that song, and I managed to complete the 15-level song with an A.
Nice. It's pretty fun. It's difficult to get the hang of because it has a very... well, as far as I know, I haven't played a lot of Melody games not on PC or with literal,
freaking A!
Oh,
what?
No.
What the crap?
No, you still got it.
No.
Oh,
this is such bullcrap. I hit that corner like barely off, and it's like, oh, you're gonna go backwards now. Frickin'
Lesh Boy says, just gotta say, that line describes a lot of anime. Sounds really dumb, but it's super cool.
Which is fair, and generally it is also correct. Like, people in Japan have a knack for making the dumbest sounding things super freaking cool. Like, let's see. iShield 21. iShield 21 is all about...
Oh, got it.
iShield 21 is all about football. Personally, I don't like football. I could... No! Woo! Yeah, baby!
No! You can probably make it with a super jump. American football, presume. Oh, no!
You super piece of crap! Ah!
So funny. Oh my gosh. What a terrible, terrible thing.
Anyway, it's about American football, and I don't like football. I think football is stupid. But iShield 21 is one of my favorite mangas of all time because it is so interesting. Oh, you missed it!
No, I got it.
You're laughing at me because I missed a small thing and it knocked me down, making it almost impossible to get back up, and you just miss the third ring. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
You're going to continue to hear it, unfortunately.
Yes, American football, not real football. I don't know why America decided that they should call football football when football was already a game.
And what the heck dropped freaking input?
I told you, it's hard.
Yeah, football. The game where, you only kick the ball, like...
with your feet.
For very, very seldom.
I don't know why American football should just be called soccer. It just makes more sense. Like, soccer doesn't mean anything. It's just an innocuous name.
It's true. I never thought of that. We could have just called American football soccer.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some reason why we did that. Maybe it was just to be like, hey, the British call that game football. We want to dunk on them, so we're going to call it soccer.
Everybody else calls that already, though. Yeah, well, we're America. We don't care what the rest of the world says. But, like, isn't that going to be, like, confusing? Oh! Confusing for people in the future? I don't care if it's going to be confusing.
Suck
We're America.
Suck it!
Have you seen Haiku?
Haiku? The one about volleyball? I have seen it. Like, I know what it is. But I'm not super into it.
Lunch Boy. First try. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Lunch Boy, if you keep doing that, once we get 50 followers, we're gonna ban you. First try. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna find out where you live and I'm gonna strangle you.
I know where he lives.
Yeah, but I also know that it's not in a place that we could easily get access to.
I know where you live.
You sound more asthmatic than creepy.
to us. I don't know what we sound like.
I know where you...
Now it just sounds like you're out of shape.
No, I sound like Stevie
Where you...
from Malcolm in the Middle, which is a great...
That's also true.
Great show.
That is a great show. Although,
so funny.
As much as I like it, I also hate their mom.
Oh yeah, their mom's a total control freak.
Like, even at the even when she like apologizes and admits her wrongdoing, I'm like, that doesn't make it better. Like, I will admit that the kids that you have to deal with are monsters, but
Truly.
they're monsters because of you. You are the reason they're like this. Hal is a lovable idiot. You were the monster they get this genes from.
I started watching it a little bit with Rachel, and we got, I think, we've only gotten, I mean, we're watching like 7 things for some reason all at once. But we got to the one with the red dress, which is always classic. That's where she buys this really beautiful red dress to take on for her anniversary. But then she finds it burned and like stuffed down the toilet.
Oh man.
And she's like, so instead of going to dinner with Hal, she has to figure out where, you know, who burned her dress and who did it. So the boys call Francis to get advice on how they can resist her torture tactics, and she keeps upping the ante. Oh gosh, it's so funny. And then and it just cuts to Hal at the restaurant, just like, waiter, I'd like to order. Are you sure, sir? You know what we say.
No! Gosh
Oh.
dang it. I thought it was going to turn, and I don't know where it's going to be going, so I've just been... I tried to play it safe, and...
We're still reading Mistborn? Yes, we're still reading...
Shiver me timbers.
We are still reading Mistborn. We did not like the second book very much. We are into the third book, and also not super happy with the decisions... We feel like we could have written the book better, which is not a really good sign when you're the reader. Like, that's not something you should feel as...
Oh, burn!
That's not something you should feel as a reader.
Solid Lemon, we will find where you live, okay? We know where Lunchboy lives, we'll find where you live.
I know you live, kinda. I know you're north somewhere in Canada. I'll hunt you down. What? Canada's not that big.
Can we get like knocked off of Twitch for making threats to Twitch chat?
Probably. Personal.
Just
like...
don't report us. You know that we're just messing with you.
Whoa!
Until we show up at your house.
Solid Lemon. Whoa! What did I miss? Oh my god. Nothing. This challenge is really annoying.
No, come on!
No! Why?
I jumped! It just wouldn't read the input!
It's true, usually. We do not know where you live. Somewhere where you learn to speak English. Which doesn't narrow it down at all. Anyway, we're just...
What do you mean, am I being attacked right now? You're the one who said you're still doing the ring challenge? Like, you fired the first shot, okay? This is retaliation.
You fired the first shot, so we're gonna blow your freaking legs off. All right? That's how. Oh no!
No! You gotta. Go faster! Who's a master of disguise?
Transformers. Masters of Disguise.
No, you idiot!
I haven't gotten that
That's
far.
exactly what I did!
Just take it. How far are you into the third book? We're only in part 1, but we just hated the ending of the second book, and we hate the fact that a specific character has been given specific powers that we're like, why? It was fine. It was fine without making him special. That's what made him interesting, was that he wasn't special. And now you've ruined it. You've absolutely ruined it. And I hate you for it. And the story in the second one was garbage. Like, literally just straight up just terrible. The first book was so good, and the second book was like, we have no direction, and we're meandering. Whoa, that was pretty sick. And we don't know what we're doing with the story, and so we're going to put in a love triangle. Even though we could have made the story so much more interesting. Good job! Anyway.
I did it!
We almost stopped reading it, but we are powering through because we know that Bids 180 wants us to finish it. And wants us to...
Whoa, Schneik.
And thinks that the payoff of the third book will be worth it, but we'll see. Alright, what did I miss? Okay. Lunchboy says, it'll get good, it'll be good, don't worry. I don't trust you. This is why Jack is good. That doesn't look like a seed.
Let me see, let me see.
It's true, Daxter can't see it. Is she hot? I mean, if you're into giant amorphous blobs, yeah, I guess. He's got a lot of tendrils. I don't know what that does for you. Some people are into that.
Oh, yeah. Gotta get that tendril. Anyway. Solid Lemon also said, this is why Jack is good and still holds up. The platforming difficulty is at the perfect point. Yay, a boot in time, lads. And User said first try.
You pedantic little piece of crap.
And then Solid Lemon said, is she hot? Oh, she hot.
Will you take 2 minutes to take Tank out?
Yeah.
If he doesn't go, like, I guess you have to go down with him, but he shouldn't have to, like, you don't have to watch him.
Lunchboy, I will murder you.
I heard. This is as we feared. We must get into those catacombs before that ship reaches this planet.
Oh. Well. We told you what was going to happen. And now we're going to have to not do anything. He's probably in the back room. I have to take care of a dog tonight. It's not my dog. Not even our dog. It's just a dog of someone who lives here. And they're gone, so we have to make sure he doesn't do his business in the house. You know, it's best for everyone if that doesn't happen. My car! Also, I can see that chat stuff is happening, but I can't read it. Maybe I can while I'm not doing this. Is there a geese in your house? No, that would be significantly more interesting than the dog we have. Yeah, it's my sister lives here, and she has a dog. And she's not here tonight, so we have to take him out to make sure that... Oh, whoops. He's fine, he'll walk it off. He got that big old blue armor, he'll be okay. Anyway, we just have to... He's fed and he's drunk, thirsted, what? Watered? Like a plant? He has food and water. He has everything he needs. You just need to make sure that he doesn't give himself a bladder infection by holding it in. No way, man. I got more important things to do. Gosh dang it! These stupid blue crimson guards all keep getting in my way. You need backup. I'll sort you out. Yoink. Nope! Yeah, it's a lot tougher to maintain constant talking when you're streaming alone. And I'm certain I've asked this, but does anyone have any recommendation stories like Danganronpa, Zero Escape, or the Super Giant games? Like, what about the storyline from those games intrigues you? Because there's a lot going on in those games. Is it the mystery? Is it the slightly adult psychological nature of them? Is it the grotesque killings? Because it's pretty consistent between all of them. And any of those things could be, you know, points of interest.
We can't hold them up.
Yeah.
Look out!
I think of a game with really interesting kind of adult style content like that. Sure, I've played plenty of games that have that kind of stuff in them.
We need backup.
You do need backup, but watch this. Okay.
Open fire.
Grinding through the 90s, higher all the time. Oh, I jumped over it.
Open fire.
Or
Stand clear. We got I got him.
okay, let's see.
Break him.
Oh, jeez.
Call that sucker away.
There we go. There we go. I did it. Alright, now let's go to wherever this blue thingy is.
I think he's too nervous without his motors to do anything.
Did you try going down with him?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well.
Get him.
At least you tried. It's the best you can do.
Incoming target.
New chat. Most recent question I read was, do we have recommendations? Does anyone have recommendations? Gosh dang it, I'm going the wrong way. For games with stories like Danganronpa, Zero Escape, and that kind of thing.
I mean, Phoenix Wright, obviously, but...
Well, I asked clarification because while that has a story in the same style, the story itself is nothing like it.
Let's see. The mystery in the case of Zero Escape for sure. Then Solid Lemon said something... I don't really think... I think he's saying... Running through the 90s... And then I don't know how the rest of the song goes. I only know that part. That one part.
That's because that's what I was doing when I was grinding on a rail.
Ah, gotcha.
It
Once
was
said,
topical.
I know that Danganronpa is literally a mystery game in terms of gameplay, but I really like Zero Escape's mystery. Solid Lemon said, I heard that. Gizu said, do you know Goku Uchiha from Dragon Slayer Academia?
Dragon Slayer Academia?
Goku Uchiha, that's a mashup if I've ever heard one.
I feel like all of those things were mashups.
The idea of piecing together what was going on through seeing multiple routes appealed to me. For what, Zero Escape?
That's Zero Escape, yeah.
We got a big one this time.
Maybe
Jack.
Danganronpa too.
That decoder you found helped us decipher the gate key for the main KG war
All
factory.
right.
Well, if you want a
Inside
solid
now,
mystery game
and
where
we
you
got
have
best
multiple
people
paths,
great.
I'd recommend a little game called...
There is a good chance that
Doki Doki
factory is
Literature
doing
Club.
more than just making death bots.
Just
I
kidding.
want to know
That is
who's
not true.
behind
I'm just kidding.
How are so many death bots being made? Where are they getting the
Man,
supplies?
I don't
and
even...
eco? Something
I don't
about
know.
This doesn't seem right.
Yeah, right into the
Seeing
hornet's
multiple
nest.
routes.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, remind me when
Well,
to laugh.
You're playing through Chrono Trigger right now that has a lot of different endings and a couple of different, like, pretty different paths that you can take, but
Yeah,
not
but
anything in that same, like...
nothing that's mystery-wise. There's
Yeah.
Once you get to the end of the first path, which is really the only path you can take, you're going to know pretty much everything.
Yeah. And that is just kind of different ways to accomplish the same
Get torn on the
kind
line.
of stuff. Oreo
Hooray.
and milk. I'm so happy.
Oreo milk?
Oreo and milk.
I'm like, what the heck is Oreo milk? It sounds like
You
some
remember those...
abomination.
You remember those straws?
I do. I do remember those straws. I remember having them too, and they were not good.
They were terrible. I think they still might sell them.
I
but-
don't think so.
I mean, I wouldn't be sad if not, because they were truly awful. Awful,
It was
awful.
not good.
If you don't know what we're talking about, I don't know if this was just like an American thing. I doubt it, but they
Well,
sold straws.
You doubt it. Think of how much garbage Americans eat that other countries are like, why would you do that? And then think about the straws that you're about to explain.
Those straws seem like a Japanese thing, to be honest.
That's kind of fair.
Oh. Yeah, you can do this one. I hate this mission.
What do you mean, yeah, I can do this one? I'm still alive.
No, I'm just saying if you die, don't hand me that controller. Because I hate this one.
Oh, man. This is weird. The controls on this thing, I do not remember these controls. This is super weird.
Yeah, it's not good. They are not done. They're not done very well. But at least you're pretty... I mean, it's not a difficult... You can just ram them? I did not know that.
You go fast enough, you can ram anything.
Wow.
Hey! Stop shooting me.
Lunchboy said, I also just like the big twist at the end of
mother.
Danganronpa and Zero Escape.
Spoilers!
I mean,
Ah.
it's true. Just knowing there's a twist is a bit of a spoiler, but it's not the worst spoiler.
What the heck? Why? Whoa! Like, it suddenly starts turning way faster.
Yes.
Just like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness! There, it's
Got
dead.
it. Oh no, Jordan,
look,
you are
thrusters.
almost died.
I am so close to death.
Oh no, it's over.
I'm pretty sure that's just the first part of this mission, though.
It is.
What do you mean there's still one? Did you not see
No.
me blow it up?
What?
I shot it and it exploded. I'm like, what
Rude.
the? These things just came out of nowhere. Ugh, I don't start turning faster for up and down. That's so annoying.
Oh, you like twists
Yeah.
in games? You should play the Metal Gear Solid series. Or just watch us when we stream it eventually.
Yeah, we'll probably have to
Those
get to that
games.
sooner than later. Those are fun games.
They are, and they are very twisty-turny. And I think you have all of them on here, so...
I have all of them on PlayStation, but not all of them on here.
I thought you had... Don't you have MGS1 on here?
I have it on as a PSX emulator. You can only do that on PlayStation 3.
Dang! Well, we could probably just do it through an emulator on the PC then.
Yeah. Well, actually, they're available on PC now.
Oh yeah, it's true.
So, although I need to see if we can get the original Metal Gear games, because that would be cool.
Have you
Start with
ever...
Metal Gear and then...
Have you ever debated a fight between two anime characters? Us?
Yes.
Oh.
I have. Not
I
with Weston.
haven't. I've watched Death Battle, which has debated many.
Yeah, but those aren't fun because that's less of a debate and more like they're super fun.
They are very fun
But
to watch.
they're not fun for the gosh, dang it. They're not fun for the layman because regular people don't want to put in that amount of. Oh wait, I wonder if. Oh cool, that was dope.
What was that?
Ordinary people really don't want to put in that amount of research. Gosh dang it!
Boom! Got it. Yeah, no, they're just fun to watch. I like the animations, even though the animations are sometimes
And
not
it's
great.
also a lot more interesting. That is so weird that like one of my thrusters just lights up.
Uh-huh.
It's also more fun to kind of take a less analytical approach and more of like a, you know, who would win and why. Let's debate, you know, based on just what you're used to.
I think the problem is that oftentimes it very much depends on the circumstances that you're talking about. Like the circumstances in which somebody is fighting greatly... Oh, wow!
Suck it!
Greatly determine who has an advantage or disadvantage, and there's never not going to be some kind of advantage or disadvantage because of how varied people's skills are.
Okay, so I just fire a bomb to win, apparently.
Bomb to win. Is that it?
Yes.
Yay!
Now I can fly around while talking to people. Yeah, I love to discuss different characters and the strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes it's like, yeah, empirically this person would win, but let's say we put people on the same power level, you know, who would win? That's always an interesting thing. It's also just interesting to compare different people to like other characters. For example, if you've ever seen Gurren Lagann, the ending of that has a ridiculous fight scene against ridiculous enemies. And it's always fun to be like, okay, let's say that you've got this crazy guy against Goku at Super Saiyan 4 or whatever. And it's like, I mean, would that ever happen? No, but it'd be cool to talk about.
Yeah. Yuzo asked, do you know someone who can possibly beat Alien X? I don't know enough about Alien X to make a determination.
Oh,
They're
Alien
like the
X
two
from
heads
Ben
that,
10? No, that's the 3 heads.
Yeah, that all-
technically, in universe of Ben 10, they're essentially God.
Yeah.
But, like, they have to all have a consensus on it. And Ben is just one of the 4. So I would say that yes and no. If we're going by the rules set by the game itself, game.
Yeah.
Oh, Schneik. Okay.
No, I think there's a button to your right. Oh, Daxter.
Daxter, my boy.
I'll say that since Ben 10 isn't strictly anime, it's just animated, right? You have to say, is there any animated character who could beat Alien X? And the answer is yes. Thanos with all the Infinity Stones. Technically animated. Completely animated from start to finish.
He's got 2D animation, but he's also just got regular animation.
That's true.
I mean, he has 3D animation in the movies, but
that's my thing.
That was
is
a really
like
boring use of Daxter, honestly.
I'm pretty sure Thanos could gather and use all the Infinity Stones before Alien X could make a decision. So, Lunchboy said, "Have you played Super Fight, Weston? You have, right?" Nah.
I have Super Fight, and I have played it.
You have Super Fight?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we should play that sometime.
Just a small deck of it. I don't know, Super Fight's a little... Ah, mother!
Maybe I have. Maybe I played, like, one game. I think I was thinking of something else. Super Fight is fun, but I think you have to be a very particular kind of person, and you have to have very particular types of people to play it and not have it devolve into, like, anger.
I think, honestly, it's much more interesting to just... debate those kinds of things yourself instead of
have it be in a gamified.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, it's this character versus this character in this world. Oh, you guys can't decide? Well, then add in this modifier. And it's like, why don't we just, talk about characters we really like and care about and try to figure it out from there? All right, Daxter, my boy, let's be a little bit more interesting this time.
Click, click, clack, click, click. Yeah, I like the idea, but I'm not that good at debating. Well, I don't know.
I'll tell you, if you're interested in learning how to debate well, you should take a philosophy course, because that is exactly what they teach you.
Well,
they teach you the art of debate.
Depending on the philosophy course.
Introduction to philosophy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking ancient political philosophy right now, and definitely every single class is basically just a big debate.
Well, the whole ideology behind philosophy is how to construct an argument. You come up with a thesis, you find evidence to support said thesis, and then you also ensure that your conclusion, based on that evidence, has logical...
Yeah.
Has a logical thoroughfare. So, they also say, if you want to deconstruct an argument, there's only two things... Or there's only... Oh, jeez. There's three things that you can attack. You can attack you can attack the data points they use. You can attack the logic they use to connect the data points, or the logic they use to reach the conclusion, or you can attack the conclusion itself. And it's usually things like, okay, you say, oh my gosh, what the frick?
That's how you debate, folks. You say, oh my gosh, what the frick? To any argument anybody makes, trump card right there, just so you know. That's a little cheat from Reflections on Gaming.
I'm gonna murder those people, like I just did.
Yep.
So, for example, if someone says you cannot prove, well, let's make up a silly argument. Or no. Let's do this. Someone uses the evidence 2 plus 2 equals 4. Right? And then they say, therefore, something. I don't know how to construct an argument out of this. I was trying to make something really simple, and now I'm like, I can't think of an argument and come up with a thesis for it and all that stuff while also playing this game. Don't judge me. I'm generally fairly intelligent. It's just hard to think and play at the same time.
I just read an interesting argument today from Aristotle's Politics for my class, where Aristotle argues that slavery is good. And his thing is like everyone is born inherently to either lead or be led, and by fulfilling that station you will find the happiest. Those who are meant to be led will never be able to lead because they are not built for it, and they'll find sorrow in their inadequacy. And those who are meant to lead will never, if they're subjugated, will never be good. Therefore, those who are meant to be subjugated need to be subjugated, and it's good for them to be subjugated. Therefore, slavery is good.
Your shoulder getting lonely?
Now, there's a lot of problems with that. First of all, the assumption that people are either leaders or
literally
not.
every aspect of that argument is poorly constructed.
Yeah.
The premise is bad, the logic behind it is bad, and the conclusion based on said logic is bad.
Yeah.
Even assuming that the logic is good. Because the conclusion of, people are inherently either followers or leaders, and saying the ergo, people who don't conform to what they were born to are not going to enjoy it. It's like, well, that's not necessarily true. Gosh, freaking...
Zorp.
I'm gonna kill somebody. I don't know why Daxter can walk on this after it just got torched. It seems like that would be very hot. Holy crap.
Seems like it would be hot. Ah!
Hot.
But if you want to learn to debate, there's 2 courses you should take. You should take a philosophy class that does not have to do with formal logic, and take a formal logic philosophy class. Because one of them will teach you how to construct arguments, and the other will teach you how to present arguments. And you need to know both of those things in order to actually...
That's right.
There are some people in my ancient philosophy course that, say things, and I'm like, you say it in a way that sounds convincing, but the actual construction of your argument is...
piss poor.
Yeah, really easy to tear apart, and I hate this thing. I hate this thing so much.
I forgot about this thing. There's so many mechanics in this game.
There's a really cool Ace Attorney-like game online called Socrates Jones, Pro Philosopher. It's about an accountant being mistaken for Socrates. The dead for, over 2,000 years Socrates.
Whee! What? I just...
Yeah, you gotta boost through that thing. Boost. Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you. What? Oh, no, I blew up the car!
Oh my gosh!
That is so funny. I just, hit the trigger, look up, and it's like, mission failed. What? How? Alright.
That was amazing. Oh, man. I like philosophy for its ability to teach you how to debate, but I hate the regular debates that happen in philosophy. I find most of them to be incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
The question that sometimes comes up: if a tree falls in the woods and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? It's like, that's such a stupid question. First of all, that question isn't...
Woo! Oh yeah, that's not philosophical. That's not philosophical, that's scientific. And the answer is, there's sound waves.
No.
Oh.
Quantum mechanics, you can't prove that.
What?
Yeah, because the whole idea behind quantum mechanics is that if something has an observer, it acts differently than when it doesn't have an observer. Now, granted, this tends to only be true on the quantum scale.
Yeah.
But it does raise the question if there are larger things that, when unobserved, do they change?
It really is nuts. When I first heard that, I'm like, well, that's easy, just don't watch it. But no, it's literally anything. Look, sensing it in any way, it will act differently.
Right, and it's the idea is essentially, if there are interactions on it, outside of just the end results.
Yeah.
It can skew what actually happens, which is super interesting. Wow, that was a...
If you don't know what we're talking about, look up the double slit experiment sometime, and it will freaking blow your mind.
It's super cool. And like I said, it's really based only for subatomic stuff, but it does have relevance in our physical world. There's this effect called quantum tunneling, and it has to do with the fact that these things are in different states depending on their observance level. And what happens is particles that are of a sufficiently small size, when they are not observed, act as a wave, which means they have superpositions, which means that they occupy two different places at the same time until there's something that quote-unquote observes them. This could be light particles hitting into them, or anything. And when they are interacted upon, they collapse their superposition into one of their two superposition states. This quantum tunneling has a large enough distance that we have gotten to the point in our processing chips where it doesn't matter how small the processor gets. There is a certain amount of insulation that you have to have on the circuitry to ensure that the electricity doesn't get lost because of quantum tunneling. That you can get a resistance small enough that you don't need, you can get a small enough amount of electricity that you need less than this capacity of insulator, but if you go lower than it, electricity will literally quantum tunnel outside of the insulator. So there is a physical limitation on how thin an insulator can be, regardless of voltage or anything like that, because the electricity will literally just pop outside of it.
Classic.
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
And also kind of terrifying. Hey,
also,
Errol!
It's kind of the whole idea behind Schrodinger's cat is like, you know...
I found some new
No,
friends.
Schrodinger's cat was a joke. Schrodinger came up with that to show how ridiculous people were being with the suppositions based on quantum mechanics. And he's like, no, you stick a cat in a box with poison, and then you shake it around. It's not in a superposition. It's either alive or it's dead, and you just can't see it. Quantum mechanics is much more complex than that. And, you know, the idea of observation is specifically something interacting with
You're in for a big
with the
surprise.
object,
The dark makers don't
as
play
opposed to
nicely with
not
others.
interacting
Just
with it.
ask the
The
metalheads.
observation is just what we call that process.
It's also really interesting because if you get on the atomic level, the way that atoms work has complete oblivion. Wow.
I wonder, Errol, why you decided to keep the part of your face that wasn't completely destroyed. And I wonder that specifically because you look terrible. Like, just a metal face would be much better than what you've got going on right now.
So true. Yuzu said...
Had enough. You haven't touched me.
Yuzu says, speak normal person. I don't understand science. Yeah, that's fair. And Lunchboy said, who is this? He's the dude who raced us in the last game and slammed into all the dark eco barrels.
Oh, I'm like, who is who? Yuzu? I have no idea. It's some random guy watching our stream.
Who we love. Obviously.
Who, you know, I love random people. I generally like to think that, you know, people are inherently good. I can hope the best for people.
Okay, Mencius.
Huh?
Okay, Mencius.
Oh, that's
he
right.
was a Chinese philosopher who believed that he was a Confucian Chinese philosopher who believed that people were inherently good. Shunza, on the other hand, thought they were evil. You had to cultivate virtue through ritual. You could just kick it.
Now I can.
Bam.
Ah.
Is that better, Yuzu? Do you speak ancient Chinese philosophy better than science?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think our collective knowledge of computer science and ancient philosophy and current political science probably makes us the nerdiest stream on Twitch at this moment.
I don't watch Twitch, so I couldn't say that, but there is a minor possibility of that being true.
I mean, I'm talking like Not necessarily the
Of game
nerdiest
streamers.
people, but the nerdiest conversation currently happening on Twitch.
Again, I feel like there's a lot of Twitch streamers who,
It's true.
like, actually their whole shtick is explaining these kinds of things. So I don't want to go out and say that's definitely true, but there is a possibility.
There's a possibility. Reflections on Gaming, where we talk about game design, quantum mechanics, and Confucian philosophy. Why not?
Confucius say.
Oh my gosh. No, though.
Whoa, buddy.
Confucius say very little.
You know,
Lots of people afterwards said lots of other things. Lots more.
I don't like the little isms that people use for Confucius. I'm really not a fan.
That's because they're usually gibberish.
Yes. And also because just because it sounds nice doesn't make it in any way true.
Yeah.
Like Confucius say, man only trim garden when he expects company. And it's like, no, most adults trim their garden because they want to keep it looking nice.
Trim the garden, you say?
Yes.
I'm not much of a manscaper myself, but... We're talking about literal gardens?
I think he may have been talking about literal gardens, but it's just the whole... just because something rhymes doesn't make it true.
Uh-huh.
But people like to say that it does. They're like, oh, this sounds like a cool, quippy little thing, so it's got to be true. It's like, no. No, it does not.
Yuzu asks, do you think there is 4D? That's not really a do you think. That's just kind of empirically true, that the third dimension is not...
We know for a fact that there are multiple dimensions higher than what we've got now.
If I'm
That is not what I wanted.
Oh, that is not what you wanted, in fact. It's triangle. I was under the impression, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that the fourth dimension is generally accepted to be time, because...
No.
No?
That's generally what we call it, but time is a concept, not a real thing.
That's not true.
Time?
Time?
Time is not a thing.
What do you mean time is not a thing?
Time is not a real thing. Time is how we, as humans, process the increase or decrease of all things in existence.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Which is a real thing. Everything either increases or decreases in all of existence. There is no getting around that. And we use time to kind of keep track of that / explain it. But time in of itself is not a real thing.
Well, okay, but space-time is a thing. Because
Yes.
it speeds up and slows down.
Yes.
So, like, the passage of time is a real thing. We just don't have any, the way we measure time is definitely just based on our own human experience.
You're like Crystal's mind.
Damn, got away.
Whoa,
See
Jack,
you later,
jeez.
Mechanator.
You can't say that kind of stuff. Oh, no.
How dare you say that? On my nice Christian stream? What is this?
This game is T for teen. Jordan, why are we playing this? This heathen game.
We took it to that
There's
robot
secrets
goon
in
and kicked his nuts.
What the frick?
Arrow got
So
away,
weird.
but we shut down his robot factory.
That's good.
How did
It
we
is
get
troubling
here?
to see what
Through
Arrow
the
is
transporter?
Oh,
I
right.
fear he may be trying to awaken that terrible dark ship before we can destroy it.
But yeah,
well,
no, there are
precursors and dark
many,
makers have
many,
fought over worlds
you
for
know.
as long as time has turned.
If you want to
It would not be
understand
the first
dimensions
time
and
a
the
planet
fact
was
there are
lost to those monsters.
multiple
Well, it's not gonna
dimensions,
be this
much
planet.
higher than the
We've
fourth
lasted this
dimension,
long.
look up
Just gotta find a way
computational
to
linear
destroy that
algebra
thing.
and
The
nth
truth lies
dimension
at the
arrays.
bottom of the catacombs.
Or
That's where I need
matrices,
to go.
because we can calculate up to nth dimension matrices, but we need computers to do it because the human brain just isn't wired to understand it.
But, like, look up a simplified version of that, because, it's gonna be hard to understand otherwise.
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. It's computational linear algebra, not computational nonlinear algebra.
Also,
Not
if
like
you want
we're
to...
dealing with non-Euclidean space here.
I was going to say, if you want an exercise and a fun thought exercise, you should look up some non-Euclidean geometry.
Ah, gosh dang it.
Where
even driving around
triangles...
here?
What is it? Triangles only add up to, like, 179 degrees or something like that?
What, in Euclidean space?
In non-Euclidean geometry.
I don't know. I haven't researched non-Euclidean very much. I know what it is, and how it can be used sometimes, but that's the extent of what I've seen.
Math is just so, it is interesting. It's funny because you get into high school and you know, or your first few years of college, and calculus seems very intimidating, and it's like, wow, this is crazy. But like, calculus is freaking nothing compared
calculus
to some.
Is not all that complex.
Like,
yeah,
it's hard, right? It's hard for us to understand, especially because when you're working out by hand. But there are so many maths that are so much higher and so much more complex, and also
maths. Huh? I didn't realize you were British.
I don't know.
That's in case you guys don't know. Well, this also might be a thing in. Oh, hey, there's no way up over here anymore. This may be a thing in Canada as well, but in England, when you're talking about the science of numbers, people call it maths, not math.
Which makes a lot more sense, because there are, in fact, way more types of math than
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't not make sense, but if you're in the U.S., it's like, that's a weird way to say it. Just because you're not used to it.
Let's see. What does Euclidean mean, and what is calculus? Okay. I'm going to answer the second one. Well, I'm going to answer the first one first. Euclid was the father of modern geometry, and he's the one that kind of came up with the whole 360 degrees makes a circle, 180 degrees. He came up with a lot of postulates for shapes and how they work, and angles and how they work. And
essentially, the real world,
trigonometry and that kind of stuff.
The world that we live in and interact with is what we would refer to as Euclidean space, that utilizes Euclidean geometry.
Right. Non-Euclidean spaces are kind of like the things that you'd see in, like, for a really easy example, the TARDIS, right? Bigger on the inside than the outside. That would be a non-Euclidean space, because in our reality, that is completely nonsensical. That is impossible. You can't put more space into something than its dimensions on the outside. That's ridiculous. But non-Euclidean, you know, if you go into non-Euclidean math, you can kind of work with that kind of stuff, and it's a much higher form of thought experiment math.
What's really cool is that video games can and often do utilize non-Euclidean geometry, because there's nothing preventing non-Euclidean spaces from existing inside of a video game.
Like Antichamber uses non-Euclidean spaces all the time.
Antichamber does. Portal 2 does in a couple of places.
Uses infinite
and
tunnels.
It's actually very common in most video games. It's just not really highlighted much. You'll see a lot of times where the inside of a building is much larger than the outside, and that's just because they didn't take the time to ensure that the dimensions matched, because no one really cares.
A classic example also is infinite falls, like the very, very long fall in Portal 2 when you fall from the new aperture to the old aperture, is not actually literally a fall like that long. It is actually a relatively short fall where the bottom connects to the top, and you're actually falling in a circle. And they can make it as long as they want in a relatively short area of the map, so it doesn't have to keep rendering a huge amount of space as you're falling very fast. Calculus, on the other hand, I don't know that much about calculus. I've only done I don't think I've even done multivariable calculus. I think I've only done derivative and integral calculus. But the basics of calculus is a lot of time you use it to calculate things that are infinitesimally large, infinitesimally small, and it is a really useful way to calculate rates of change of things. So you can calculate kind of the rates of decay, rates of change when you're pulling like a lever. If you want to calculate those things, it's a lot easier to use calculus than it is to use algebra, because it is a way to find kind of the root.
Maybe we can give a really simple example that is easy to visualize. Mm-hmm. Let's say that you have a piece of paper, right, and you want to see how to cut the corners of this piece of paper in such a way.
Whoa!
Parkour! You want to see how to cut the edges of this paper in such a way that you can maximize the volume, or get to a specific volume, right? if you were to use regular algebra, you would have an equation with two unknown values, the x value and the y value for the width and height of this paper and how deep you'd have to cut each of those to ensure that you got the answer that you're looking for. Calculus makes this easier by changing the way that we handle the equations.
Right. There's a lot of... There's... It's really quite interesting because when you're working with derivative and integral calculus, you can take an equation and simplify it according to very, very specific rules.
And simple rules generally.
Simple, yeah, quite simple rules. There's a lot of them.
Derivative is super easy.
Yeah, there's a lot of them you have to memorize, but taking the derivative is really easy. Taking the integral can be more difficult, but it's also relatively simple. It's just sometimes a little more mind-bending to get a handle on what you're doing with each number or variable. And you can simplify equations to where an unsolvable equation actually becomes solvable, and you plug that value back into an equation and you find the answer in a way that algebra never would have let you.
Fisk!
Oh, you dead.
I'm like, I'm not dead.
So, I don't know. I mean, it's not something that you really need in real life, if we're being honest. Like, generally, nothing you do...
Once you get to algebra, math is no longer useful for, like, past that.
Yeah, it's like geometry.
Unless you are going into advanced physics, chemistry.
Right, unless your field and career has to do with it. In just day-to-day life, once you get past geometry, trigonometry, and probably algebra 2, maybe even just some concepts from algebra 2.
I think just algebra 1 would probably be enough.
Yeah, like everything past that is really just if you're interested in it or if you think you're going to use it for a career.
Which you should, if you're still in school and you're going down these things, you need to pay attention and you really want to be as knowledgeable about these things as possible because they really can be very useful just in lateral thinking abilities in your day-to-day life. So I know that when you're growing up, it can be really easy to look at school. I know I did, and kind of thought, like, why am I forced to learn these things? In a lot of cases, the information that you're being taught isn't going to be useful in your life, but the capability you have to learn and the ability you have to think because of the things you learned is invaluable. And there's way too many people that are incredibly stupid in the world because they didn't learn how to think and how to analyze things properly. I like the dissonance here. Mad Max car chase and talking about calculus. It's the dark ones.
Oh no.
Yeah, I love how they started spawning in right as you look away.
Well, I wanted to see who said that.
Oh, it was Lunch Boy.
Sounded like a Solid Lemon comment, but apparently not.
Hey, props to Solid Lemon.
Sticks out. I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff as we were talking, so you might want to catch up a bit.
Euclid's Elements, that's cool. That makes a lot of sense. Very short fall that takes a long time to end. Who do you think will win if you put Sasuke and Zoro up against each other in a pure swordman skill?
I mean, it depends on
Zoro,
what...
He's talking about Zoro from One Piece.
No, I know. I just, like, obviously, both of those characters go through a number of iterations. I guess I'll just go in.
I think we're talking about their
full power, full level.
Max power level at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of Zoro's thing.
And I'm going to say Zoro because Sasuke uses a sword, like, once or twice. And the only reason it's, like, any good at all is because it literally goes through physical objects. That's not skill, that's a dope sword. Zoro can cut almost literally anything and not cut things. And he can create a pressure wave powerful enough to take out a tsunami, like, with his swords. Like, Zoro, all the way, if it's just swords. If we're talking full power abilities, then at this point... the power creep of Naruto is way higher than the power creep in One Piece.
Oh.
Because
anime is so weird. Because
in Naruto, and this will be spoiler territory, so let me know if you get.
Gosh dang it!
Let me know if you guys don't want to hear about this. I'll give you a minute to be like, no, wait, don't say anything.
Stop!
No, I haven't said it all
Just
yet.
get out of the way. Just mute the stream. Stop!
Okay, I haven't seen anything, so I'm just going to say it. At the end of Naruto, before Boruto, Sasuke and Naruto literally fight against a being that can alter reality, and they win. Okay? That is nowhere near the power creep that is in One Piece and that Zoro has dealt with. So Sasuke is going to win if it's on all those abilities. But with sword abilities alone, Sasuke is severely lacking. Sasuke is a chump.
Where the heck am I supposed to be going? Oh. Ah, here we go.
Hurrah!
Hey-ya!
Hadouken! Hadouken!
Kamehameha! Kamehameha wave! Which is a weird way to say that. I've always thought it was weird that they said that. Wait, somebody stop him! No, stop! Wait, don't do that!
Oh, he almost died.
No, it's fine.
How do you even win against a reality warping entity? By just being that much better than them. Like, that's the thing, is that in a lot of animes, the protagonists, like, the power creep that they have is they want to make it super cool, so they just make ridiculous powers that they have to fight against. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. I really like it when, instead of just making the characters more powerful or giving them some cheat ability, they just learn how to use their abilities in a more interesting way. And that's one of the reasons I really like One Piece. Because for a large majority of the show, the ability of Luffy specifically to win wasn't because he had some overpowered ability of being Gum Gum. But his tenacity and ability to think differently about how to use his rubber ability was super cool. The first time he uses the gears, it doesn't feel like it's some arbitrary power scale increase. It feels like, yeah, that's a really cool, interesting way to utilize the abilities you have, and there is a price to pay for it, which is really nice. And even after that, even after the 2 years time skip, where they do kind of get the hockey, which is this whole other thing, which is kind of a power upgrade thing, like, he still has to learn it. It takes 2 years, and he still has to utilize it in interesting ways. It's not just, oh, suddenly he has this new power. No. He had to earn it, and he has to continually think of something interesting to do with it. So, that kind of stuff I'm really into.
Wings look so weird.
Hakai, they use the six-path. Yeah, and to be fair, Sasuke, all the eye powers literally came from this woman with the six-path eyes. So he unlocked it, upgrading the Rasengan to six-path eye as well, so he could kind of do his own reality bending.
Well, and it's not like
the whole thing was dumb. I did not like the ending.
Yeah.
It was super cool, but in general, I felt like it was all a bit much. Like, it felt like it was just trying to be shocking and super cool rather than being thoughtful. The best fight of the entire series, for me, is probably a toss-up between Shikamaru's fight during the Chunin exams and, obviously, the first big fight of Sasuke versus Naruto.
I literally went back today and watched that first Sasuke versus Naruto fight.
Right, it's great, and it's super fun, but in terms of just, like, intrigue and just, like, cool factor, Shikamaru's fight against Temari in the Chunin exams is the best fight in the entire series.
How did you get up here?
It's a good question.
I literally had to fly!
The wings look like they wouldn't work. Yes, well, it's a video game, so they don't care. Also, if you want to see something cool, I'll show off a glitch that you can do with those wings.
As rubber wearing completely freaky beyond bizarre.
You guys said you haven't seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1, right? I haven't seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part anything.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I know about the world and all that bull crap, but I haven't actually seen anything.
Okay.
He's
please
like,
don't
I am
touch
a
me that
person.
way.
Please don't pet me like an animal. Here, let me see it real quick.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of my
Let's
things.
see,
Is just like I don't feel like.
Nope, that's not it.
I wish that Naruto's fight scenes were slightly more interesting, but Naruto uses the same move for every fight to win. What just happened?
I think they patched out the cheat, and it just killed me because I was trying to do it.
That is so funny.
So in the original version of Jak 3, you could get infinite height off of the wings by resetting your jump using the shield move. You can still do it, but it just killed me, and I think it's because they patched this game and the Jak 2 game to get rid of some of the glitches from the original version. I'm pretty sure that's what just killed me. Oh man, that was so dope. Like, it's a little sad that I can't do the cheat anymore, but it was never all that useful anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm not really surprised. They patched out the infinite orbs
Yeah, you
in
know
Jak
that
2
infinite
as well.
orb thing that I was showing you guys in Jak 2? That has been patched out of this version of the game, which is good and bad. It's bad because they have a trophy for getting every single orb in the game, and actually doing that is a pain in the butt. It's not fun. I don't suggest anyone do that. Which essentially means that they have locked out the Platinum Trophy from a lot of people that they probably shouldn't have. They should have had a trophy for 200 and left it at that, because there's no other in-game reward past 200. They just added in 86 additional precursor orbs so that you had different options to get them.
Which is good. Like, you should do that as a game developer, and then you should make a trophy for all of them.
Yeah, you should not make it... Like, if you're giving the player options of, like, if you want to unlock this cool thing that we want you to achieve, here's a whole bunch of collectibles. And if you can get this percentage of collectibles, golden. And we give you a bunch of avenues. If after that you're like, oh, and retroactively, we're also going to add an achievement for getting absolutely everything. It's like you have defeated the purpose of adding in additional precursor orbs. Do you know the anime character faster than the Flash? Any anime character faster than the Flash.
I don't think that's...
Because the Flash uses the Speed Force and can literally be faster than time, like, in several comics, he has outrun the literal concept of death. He has died, used the Speed Force to not die.
He runs faster than the speed of light and phases out of reality many times.
There's no such thing as faster than the Flash, just because that's how his ability is written. Faster than conventional Flash? Flash is about as fast as a bolt of lightning. So there's lots and lots of anime characters that are faster than that. But faster than the Speed Force? No, it's just not possible. Like, it's literally faster than instantaneous travel, which is just stupid. Like, Death Battle did a thing, and they're like, so how fast is the Flash? Well, at one point, he bets these celestial beings that can literally, like, they are literally everywhere at the same time. So if they want to be somewhere, they are there instantaneously. He beat them there. It's like, you can't do that.
I realize it's stupid, but I also freaking love Flash.
Flash is pretty cool.
I just wish the Flash show was better.
Which one? On the CW?
Yeah, like, it's not bad.
The Flash show was great for the first 2 seasons.
Okay,
then they did Flashpoint, and I was not a fan.
I don't even mind the storylines, but the acting is not good.
The acting isn't great.
It's just not good.
It's a little too campy.
Like, literally Smallville, which still, now on a rewatch, didn't have great acting, was better than The Flash, which is,
I would say that Smallville is probably the best DC television show still, like, as of yet.
Probably. I know a lot of people really liked Arrow.
And Arrow is cool, but Arrow got stuck in the I want to be edgy thing. And that's not, like, I want adult kind of scenarios when it comes to comics. I want them to have the serious parts along with the comedic parts. But if all you have is this edgy, mopey, I'm going to curse, I'm going to kill people, I'm going to do this, that, the other thing, it's like, no. Different characters are good at different things, and you're just making everyone supposed to be good at being dark and edgy, and they're not. That's the same problem with Teen Titans on DC, the new one, live action.
Titans, yeah.
Yeah, they made it way too edgy and they didn't really give any levity
You're taking hits.
to the show, and it really hurt
Thanks,
the
Dennis.
characters.
I didn't know this.
JoJo Part 4 is pretty good. I really like how it brings the scope down from globe spanning to focus on a single town. It is good. I think a big issue that a lot of properties tend to have to deal with is level, like, what is it? Just the overall scope of the show. Because you generally want the scope, you've got things...
I know.
Because you want the stakes to always be interesting to the people who are watching, you generally have to increase the stakes. But once you hit a global we save the world, to keep things interesting, you need to reset the stakes.
Yeah.
And sometimes people do a good job of that, sometimes they don't.
My hand is cramping because I can't just hold it down.
Darkseid or Superman versus Mui Goku at full power. I am unfamiliar with the term Mui Goku. Is that like
Super Saiyan God or something?
Is that Blue Goku? Super Saiyan Blue? Is that Super Saiyan God? Is that Ultra Instinct? Like, or are you talking about the Dragon Ball's Heroes thing?
Oh, is it UI?
MUI, yeah.
Oh, Mui. Mega Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct. Okay, here's a question. Ultra Instinct Goku. Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Yeah, right?
By a wide margin.
Obviously.
By a wide margin.
Yeah.
For the same thing that
Stupid
Superman...
meme.
For the same reason that Superman always beats Goku no matter what.
Yeah. There are no limits.
Mastered Ultra Instinct. Okay. Let's see. Mastered Ultra Instinct versus Darkseid or Superman. So Superman is always going to win. Superman is always going to win against every single enemy ever because...
He's Superman.
He's Superman. Superman is written to always win. Even when he loses and dies...
Even when he dies, he wins. Yeah.
Like, Death Battle actually...
Not that Goku doesn't also win when he dies.
Yeah, but Death Battle has actually done a really good discussion of this. And they essentially say... Spider-Man was...
it's not over.
Spider-Man. Superman is written to just do whatever they want him to do. And he is intrinsically a character without limits. He has no limits to his power, to his speed, to his intellect. Goku is a character written specifically to overcome his limits. So when you have a character that's meant to overcome limits versus a character that has no limits, the one with no limits is always going to win. And that's just, I mean...
Only one more machine left.
Thank you! My wrist is going to break!
Yeah, and Darkseid really isn't that big of a deal. Darkseid, like, always loses. He's just a big threat because he's a little bit more psychological than Superman.
Thank you. Good gracious.
Superman is honestly pretty dumb a lot of times.
You did it. This victory
but
is
essentially,
a sign
in
of
any
possibility.
lineup, if
Times
it's
are
Superman
grim,
versus
but when
someone
I was the
else,
leader of Haven City, times
except
seemed
with a
grim
few
then, too.
very
Take
specific
hope.
exceptions,
Even the smallest weed
Superman
finds
is going to
shelter
win.
within the rocks.
And it's just because that's the point of Superman.
Haven City?
I came to the throne during the middle of the Metalhead Wars.
Oh,
Baron Praxis
I forgot about
betrayed
that.
me and banished me to the
Isn't it
wasteland.
weird
Wow,
that
shocker.
apparently
Rest
Haven City
you Anyway,
used to be
here is your
a,
third and final battle amulet.
what's it called?
You are one of us now. That
Monarchy?
Is a
Yeah.
if ever you need us.
I mean, it kind
call,
of still
and we will be
was
there.
Baron Praxis, King
And for
Praxis.
me, welcoming gift. This rare
Yay,
precursor
we're
armor
official.
is said to have been worn by Mar himself. I was saving it for my own son, but right now, you should wear it in this difficult time.
Yeah,
Thanks.
son.
He put that on real fast.
He did underneath
You give
his
us
ring.
all hope,
It's also
Jack.
like a metal
That is
corset,
gift
so
enough.
that's pretty cool.
Welcome to the clan.
The clan.
Yeah, I still say Ultra Instinct or Wiz versus Darkseid or Superman. It's going to be Superman.
Who the heck
if
is
it's
Wiz?
Darkseid, Wiz, Beerus is an angel.
Right,
leader guy.
Right.
Yeah, so Darkseid probably lose to Goku or Wiz or anyone. Darkseid really isn't all that strong.
Darkseid's benefit is that he has a crap ton of cronies. Like, yeah, he's strong.
Like, he is almost as strong as Superman conventionally, but only when they want to make it interesting.
Yeah.
When Superman is like, oh, I just need to kill and like deal with this, he can kill Darkseid with like a couple of punches.
I think
it's really not a big deal.
Doomsday is usually the bigger deal. I mean, Doomsday is usually one that actually kills Superman.
Yeah,
like,
and even
succeeds.
Doomsday is like still one of those things where it's more of a they fight each other down, but really Superman could have killed him. He just didn't want to because he's trying to be above that.
Also, Doomsday in Smallville. What a terrible handling.
Yeah, Doomsday in Smallville was not great,
So
but
bad.
His actor was pretty great.
His actor was great. His whole arc was terrible, and also the fact that he... Spoilers for, like, a really old show. The fact that he killed Jimmy was really not... Did you unlock a car?
No. Okay. I unlocked vehicle toughness.
Okay.
All comic characters are so inconsistent in terms of power. Yeah, conventional comic book characters... Pretty much they're written... So the issue with conventional comic book characters versus manga characters and anime characters is that comic book characters are written by lots and lots of authors. Manga and anime are almost always done by a single author or a bunch of authors that are consistently working together. So even when they kind of, forget about things, it's relatively interesting. Whereas comic books... A new author just takes kind of the premise of the superhero and does whatever they want with them.
And there is...
Go for it.
And it's really interesting because there are technically, lots of comics are still canon, and they fall in the canon, but they just retcon over and over and over.
Yeah.
And over again.
A really interesting character to look at in terms of this, not for power, but for inconsistencies with character, even inside of canon, is Batman. Batman is relatively well known for having a no-kill rule. Yet, in lots of comics, he kills people, and in a lot of the live-action movies, he has killed people without remorse, without even thinking about it. Nothing has been brought to it.
That Batman Begins line, like, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. That's killing him, Batman! You know he's gonna die. That's just killing him.
Right, and it's just, the issue with that is the thing that makes Batman interesting is that he doesn't kill. And the reason he doesn't kill tends not to be, because then I'd be no better. It tends to be, if I were to kill them, I would kill all of them. I would kill the Joker, I would kill the Penguin, I'd kill Two-Face, I'd kill all of their thugs and henchmen. I would be a mass serial killer. And so he doesn't kill specifically because he knows as soon as he starts, he will not be able to stop. And it's needed for him to not kill. Otherwise, the fact that he lets these mass murderers just be on the loose is ridiculous. Like, he'll kill a henchman, but he won't kill the Joker? That's crazy. Or he'll kill the Joker? Okay, now you get to use the Joker exactly once, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
You need to kill the plant.
I know, but
You have to use the
I do have to use the turret, right? Yeah, okay.
So, Batman, at least in oh baby,
that is
acceleration.
Yep, that's speedy.
So Batman, really to be a good character, needs to be a character that doesn't kill, because his whole arc is he is essentially the same as Joker, but he doesn't kill and he's trying to help people. And as soon as you take that away from him, as soon as he says, "Oh, he kills whoever because it makes sense," it suddenly becomes like, well then why are these mass murderers still around Batman? Why didn't you kill them?
Yeah.
And it also just kind of destroys the whole uniqueness of his character of being this dark, brooding hero, but one that doesn't kill, as opposed to like Wolverine and a lot of other heroes that do kill without really caring.
Yeah, I think generally the people who kill without caring are almost always anti-heroes, right? Like Wolverine, totally an anti-hero, not classically, but in current iterations is always an anti-hero. Deadpool.
No, I would say that he's pretty firmly in... There's another turret over there that you're supposed to use. Right. He's pretty firmly in anti-hero forever. And it's just because he's not your conventional hero. He's not a nice person. You should heal.
Right. Oh, you're right. Oh, we're at full health. Dang, how close are we to the end of this game? Must be
This
getting
is
pretty close.
Yeah, this is getting pretty close.
I did not. This game seems shorter than Jak 2.
Well, we've been playing for almost 6 hours now, so
That's true.
not
Yeah,
really.
no, he's Batman. There's a great in the Red Hood movie. There's a great line where Jason Todd. There's a flashback. Jason Todd is usually the most edgy Robin for good reason. Other than
He's a
Damian.
good kind of edgy though.
No, he's good. He's not in
the
a bad
kind
way.
of like, oh, I'm dark and brooding and blah 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 blah. Like his life sucks.
Yeah,
and
well,
always has sucked.
He is the one who's like, Batman, what the heck? You had the opportunity to kill Joker. Why didn't you? And Batman is like, Jason, it's a lot easier to kill. It is way, way easier for me to kill Joker. But like Jordan said, it's like, if I killed Joker, I would be obligated and want to kill everybody. All of them. Even the ones that didn't deserve it. Even the ones who objectively didn't do something bad enough to be killed. Like, I cannot make that decision because it'll never stop.
It's also antithetical to the premise of why he became Batman. Batman is Batman because someone killed his parents.
Yeah.
And he knows that most of the villains that he deals with have families, have people that they take care of. And so he cannot become the killer of his own parents. As soon as he kills someone, that is who he becomes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is kind of the point of he can't because he finds it would destroy him personally. And that is part of the reason why, if he were to kill someone, he would never stop. Because as soon as he unleashes that part of him, it's never going to go away.
And, yeah, and I think Red Hood is a great example of, like... Well, obviously Jason Todd goes, like, freaking insane because of the Lazarus Pit, which doesn't help.
Well, he doesn't... He goes a little bit crazy. The Lazarus Pit makes you kind of crazy. The only reason Ra's al Ghul is crazy is because he has been using it tons and tons.
Yeah, for hundreds and hundreds of years.
It's, like, when it really comes down to it, Jason Todd, the Lazarus Pit, is negligible for his psyche. But it did push him a little further into his ideology of, if there are bad people, I need to take them out.
I can control some of the machine.
Crap, I hate this one too.
World Breaker Hulk versus Saitama or Goku.
World Breaker Hulk? What is that?
Okay, Saitama, same thing as Superman. He is specifically written to be as powerful as possible. Like, his shtick is he can and does kill everything without trying at all.
Well,
so by principle, he wins.
No. Hold on.
One Punch Man?
Yeah, I know One Punch Man. But all you have to do is cut off his arms. I'm just saying.
Good luck with that.
I'm just saying. Flash.
Saitama is literally the incarnation of Superman as an anime character. You can grab it.
Oh. Well, that works.
No, you gotta hit it a couple of times.
How do I grab it?
I think it's O.
No,
it's not that.
I don't think I can.
Try L1. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought
R1 is the only thing I can use to grab, but...
Well, I guess not.
Oh.
That's weird.
Loving these
Stream
controls!
Crash? Oh, check to make sure that our stream is... No, I can still see our stream going.
Yeah,
check your connection. Can you guys still hear us? User seems to think that there's been a stream crash.
Oh, no. There's... Oh. Hold up.
Keep hitting it.
Yeah, just hit it.
Oh, no. Right there.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, hey, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, Saitama has no limits. His whole... In fact, there's an explanation at a certain part of why he is so strong, and it's because every person has limits. And most of the heroes and villains that you see in the show don't surpass their limits. They increase the limits that they can achieve. For example, Speed of Sound Sonic's older brothers or trainers or whatever, they ate this demon seed, and it increased what their limits were, and they became monsters. But they didn't surpass their limits. They just changed what their limits were. Saitama, because his limits were so low, he managed to surpass them very easily just by doing his workout routine. Once he surpassed his limits, he no longer had any limits. And so he just became the most powerful being in existence.
That is the dumbest explanation I've ever heard.
But the whole idea is essentially he's just like Superman. He no longer has limits. So anytime he's pitted against anyone, he's going to win. The only exception would be him versus Superman, and I'd say they would tie.
Oh, crap. Here, take that.
Because that is kind of their thing, is they don't have limits. So they always win. But if we were going to have a death battle with them, then they would both die.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because why not? But Worldbreaker Hulk versus Goku could be an interesting matchup. And Worldbreaker... is there another enemy I gotta kill? Oh, there is.
There is.
Hey, you're supposed to be dead.
The other side opens, yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
What is Worldbreaker Hulk?
Worldbreaker Hulk, there is a comic run where Hulk gets shipped off to another planet, and he rules the planet, and someone on Earth fears what he could do because they shipped him off, and he's been living on this planet.
Gotcha.
So they send a nuclear bomb, which kills his wife and like everyone else on the planet. He gets so angry. Okay, you gonna blow up? There we go. He gets so angry that he can literally destroy a planet by punching it. And he does so, Fisk, with the planet that he is currently on to be able to travel. Dang it. I thought that I was going to be able to make it. He does so to travel to Earth to get revenge.
Oh my gosh. That's the freaking Marvel movie I want. That sounds awesome. I hope She-Hulk is done well.
Oh, is that a thing that's coming?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the shows coming to Disney
right.
Plus. I just hope that they, do better with her arc than they did with Hulk's arc.
I'm not too happy with anything that Disney's been putting out recently.
Really? Like what?
All of their stuff. Any movie that's like Disney movie has been awful.
It's true. Mulan was terrible. But Mandalorian was great. I hope Mandalorian
Right, but that was
season 2
done by
great.
Jon Favreau. Like, he's not Disney. He just gets paid by Disney.
Yeah, well, he does the Marvel stuff too, so I'm okay with that.
But even still, while I think he's a great director and usually does a good job, I think he relies way too heavily on comedy.
Oh yeah, for sure. That is something I have a huge problem with always. Is the lack of dramatic tension. And he does it well sometimes, like in Endgame had a couple of good moments, Infinity War had a couple of good moments, but by and large, it's always undercut. But, oh, you missed.
I know, but I knew he was going to shoot at me.
I see.
So.
It's always undercut. By comedy. In a way that is not complimentary. It is...
What the frick?
It undercuts
I definitely shot it at that thing.
Hit it more to the side. To the left. Yeah, try there. Oh.
Gosh dang it.
I know. These things suck.
Ah!
Like, seriously. Just let me turn on a dime. Don't make me... So terrible.
I hate you. I hate this.
Rightfully so. Ah, there we go.
Yeah!
Yeah! Hooray!
Yeah, there needs to be...
A bigger hitbox for whatever you were shooting.
No, I was going to say, there needs to be, for any good story, you need to allow for the tension to be retained. And Marvel movies have not allowed that almost all the time, which is a bad thing.
Which, like, okay, fine. If you're doing a comedy, whatever. Thor Ragnarok? Sure, you can do that, because that movie is inherently a comedy. But don't do it in every single movie. Don't do it in... I don't know. Don't do it in Doctor Strange. Don't do it in...
I think one of the reasons comic books have had such a wide audience is because they allow themselves to be funny, but also when they need to be serious, they're serious. And when you undercut serious moments with comedy, you destroy that ability.
Lunchboy wants to know if you guys and also chat read webcomics. I read
Yes,
some
but
one-offs.
mostly just like actual webcomics, not webtoons.
I read Awkward Zombie by Katie Tetrick.
Awkward Zombie is dope.
I used to read Paranatural, but I might start reading that again. And I every once in a while read Stand Still, Stay Silent because it's my wife's like favorite webcomic, and she reads a ton of webcomics, like so many. It's kind of ridiculous how many she reads. But don't tell her I said that.
She's watching.
No, she's not.
You don't know that.
I do know that. She doesn't watch. She can't watch.
Yeah, suck it, Dark Maker.
Yeah, woo! You know, it's probably not a good idea for them to link him into their Matrix. Maybe they should have been like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, kick him out!
What the?
What'd you see? What'd you see? Hello, elevator, bottom floor. Going
Dexter?
up. Come on.
What'd you see?
Short.
Nothing.
It just seemed for a moment, it looked like... No, it couldn't have been.
Could have been. Couldn't have been.
Nice foreshadowing. It's a little on the nose there, but that's okay.
Well, only when you know.
I guess so. I started reading Stand Still, Stay Silent and Paranatural again recently. Oh yeah? Is Paranatural still being updated? Did it end? I don't remember.
Whee!
Cucumber Quest stopped updating, which is really sad, because that was a great comic.
Cucumber Quest?
Cucumber Quest. It was a good one.
Sword comics are still great.
True, but
they don't update very often anymore. They used to like update once a day or more frequently, which is crazy. But now it's like once a week.
I don't even have to read Sword comics because it's posted every time they come out with a new one on Reddit and on the front page.
Yeah,
every time.
Which is bad. You should go and support the site because they can get revenue from there. They can't get it from Reddit.
That's true.
That's actually, I stopped using AdBlock on my computer and phone and stuff because if I don't get ads, then creators don't get money. So I actually, like, for creators that I want to support, I will watch ads.
Yeah, I keep AdBlock off on... Well, it doesn't matter on YouTube anymore because Mom got YouTube Premium and she put me
Oh my god!
Woo! That was some air.
That was weird.
I got one!
I got one, Mommy.
I know, Cucumber Quest was great. I'm sad that they stopped it. It was a really solid show. Or what? Comic.
I'm like, when did it become a comic? Or a show? Gosh dang it.
No!
Oh, man.
Look out!
Got that huge yawn on the stream. Everyone knows I'm tired now. I had to do a Far East Asian exam today, and
it sucked.
It was crazy. I had to write. I mean, it was kind of like a take-home exam. It was all written. There were a couple of things where it was like, just, write some kind of like, there's just a right answer to this, write it down. There were a bunch of like, define a term like run, which is humanity and Confucianism, and the mandate of heaven, and what bodhisattvas are in Buddhism. And then I had to answer all those.
It's not glow enough.
With at least like 2 full paragraphs.
That guy flopped like a fish.
Dead.
Oh man, a civilian should not be just riding around in a war zone. He should expect that.
And then I had to do 2
Jack,
long essays that are both like, they must be almost probably like 1,200 words together, which isn't like a ton. But when added to everything else, and I only had 2 days to do it.
Oh yeah,
that's fair.
Ooh, hey, a precursor orb. I don't know enough about perfect cars from JoJo versus Perfect Cell. I don't know anything about JoJo.
I don't know anything about JoJo either. But Perfect Cell... Wait. Are we talking about Perfect Cell or Ultimate Perfect Cell? Because there's 2 versions of Perfect Cell.
Stupidest naming conventions
No.
ever in that show.
So Perfect Cell is after he absorbs all the androids and becomes his perfected self. Ultimate Perfect Cell is after he throws up 18 blows himself up on the King Kai planet, and then comes back from restoring himself as a single cell, and because of that, it allows him to evolve back to his perfect form, but even more powerful than previously.
Of course.
Who knows what
Ultimate
Elton try to do
perfect
next with
cell.
that dog
But we don't know
shit.
anything about
We've
cars.
gotta take 'em
because
out.
we never watched JoJo.
And I suppose
so,
you know how we can take them.
We have a plan.
I am
but
glad
it's
that they
risky.
have him keep the armor
Oh,
on.
of course.
It's kind of nice.
It couldn't be easy. No.
Couldn't
And I'm
be
sure we're on the
easy.
short list
No.
to head up the mission, huh?
No, this one's tricky. I'm giving it to Torn and Jinx.
What?
What?
I suppose you don't think we're good enough, huh? You don't think we can do it.
Dax.
May I remind you that this team of Daxter, Jack, and Daxter have taken on just about every scary thing this world can throw at us for 3, count 'em, 3 adventures.
Daxter.
This is an outrage, Jack. We're the heroes. We're the ones on cereal boxes, for God's sake. And I'm about to release my own line of sports shoes.
I wish they had a Jack and Daxter cereal. That'd be
Seriously.
so
On the
dope.
mission.
that
Your
would
job
be
is to cover
so
Torn and
funny.
Jinx in a vehicle filled with explosives. Escort them to the metalhead section, and together you'll blow open the nest.
Hooray!
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place?
Probably
Lunch
because
boy.
you wouldn't shut up, Daxter.
Well, spoiler alert, Cars technically never dies.
Here we go.
Yeah, Perfect Cars I think
Take
is
'em
immortal.
What the frick?
Oh. What an odd... Oh, I hate this mission too.
No.
Weird control schemes that they chose to go with for a lot of these things.
The up
Get
and down
'em.
are inverted, but the other ones are not, and I'm not used to it anymore. Gosh dang it.
Ah!
Also, they keep flying in front of me.
Why are you doing this?
Mother.
Need to kill a man? Oh. So I don't know how strong Perfect Cell is, but Cars was never really hurt in any way from what I remember. Cars could maybe die if Cell doesn't give Cars
Okay,
time to regenerate
maybe-
his body.
Let's see if I can change the controls here, because this is... No, that's not what I want.
Options. Nope. Camera. Yeah. Nope. It's just gonna be that way because I guess they wanted it that way for some reason. Even though literally in this scenario, first person makes more sense for it to
Dang
be
it.
inverted in my opinion.
Watch out!
It is inverted. That's the problem, is that I've been... Because of the games we've been playing where you don't play inverted, my brain's gotten to not do inverted, and so now I'm confused.
We both just get to suffer, okay? Oh, I do remember this mission. It's terrible. I lost this so many times. But there are some good checkpoints. So
Oh my gosh!
At least...
I know,
shut
I
up,
just... I
Jinx.
can't...
Oh, dead.
Oh my gosh! Okay, you're gonna see just
Oh,
how
I know.
crazy this is.
I know. I've done this, and I failed many
Cars
times.
could maybe die if Cell doesn't give Cars enough time to regenerate his body.
Shoot him, Jack!
He lost the weakness to sunlight, and I don't
Sig.
know if he had any other weakness.
Why is Sig here?
I'm gonna be honest and say that the majority of the things I know about JoJo is that they all have insanely stupid power creep, and I don't like it. They're like, oh, this guy can stop time for 5 seconds. Oh, and I literally saw a fight where JoJo is going against Dio, and Dio gets like stabbed in the head and survives because he can stop time for 5 seconds. Like, he was stabbed in the head, stops time to get away. He was still stabbed in the head, but he's just fine. It's like, that's freaking stupid.
That is so funny.
There's ways to do things, like, in an intelligent way, but I did not like that particular thing. I thought it was incredibly stupid.
Watch out!
And it's
One
like,
metalhead
oh, Cars,
totally did.
he is only vulnerable to sunlight. Oh, except not anymore. That's dumb. If you're gonna give someone a vulnerability, keep it, gosh dang
Oh
it.
yeah, we rock!
Oh yeah, we rock.
I don't care what Dio is. I'm just saying, the way that it was presented to me, I thought it was really freaking stupid.
It's allowed. But if you like it, that's also allowed.
Yes, I'm not saying that it's
Obviously.
intrinsically bad. I just did not enjoy it whatsoever.
Alright. Oh no. Oh no. Those are missiles.
Those
Got
missiles are
it.
gonna kill you. Don't shoot Torn.
Torn! Ah! Wow. That was some Twitch reflexes right there.
Well, Cars lost the vulnerability to sunlight when he became a
The
super
metalhead
vampire or
hunting
whatever.
machine.
Again,
Heck yeah.
if you're gonna have vampires, like, why have super vampires? This is actually... There's this manga called Mahou Sensei Negima, which I really enjoy. And at one point, you learn that one of the characters of the show is a vampire. And later on, you learn that she's actually a lower vampire. And there are things such as higher vampires. And higher vampires are essentially super immortal beings that are just, like, completely insane in their power scale. So, how do they deal with that in the manga? They don't. They just, like, they don't care about anything on this mortal plane because it's literally they're literally so powerful, it doesn't matter to them. Fine. You know, I'm fine with that because there's these incredibly powerful characters, but they are so powerful they don't care about us, so they don't interact in any meaningful way in the story. There's a sequel to
I thought that was
Negima.
gonna be...
There's a sequel to Negima called UQ Holders, which I'm not necessarily going to suggest you watch or read because it's like super horny town. But they bring in these ultimate vampires and then have the main characters literally fight against them, and it's the dumbest thing.
Take them out!
You have to start from the beginning?
Of course.
I bet I was basically done, too. I bet I got to the very, very end and just totally jacked it up on those stupid missiles.
You wish you jacked it up. Jacking it up in this context would be good.
Yeah, well... That was so frustrating. Ugh! We went to the library today and saw Negima on the shelf.
I have literally the entire series of Negima.
Yeah, you do. They're thick.
I've got the...
Ow!
I know, Sig, I'm trying my best, but you've got these weird controls and my brain is trying to figure it out. If it was inverted both ways, it wouldn't be a problem for me. But it's only inverted one way, which kills me.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, I really hate when they do that to me.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we'll give you inverted. And it's like, well, you didn't give me inverted. You inverted one of the axes. Why would that be a thing? I honestly don't understand why that's like something that people are actually used to.
I don't know, I think that's pretty normal controls, is that Y is inverted and X is not.
I know, but I don't understand why there's so many people that, like, that is the thing that they do, is inverted one way and not the other way.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I also don't know why you would allow for the inversion of one axis and not the other. You're like, oh, people would want to invert this, but not this
that one.
It's like, no, I want them both gone.
You were wrong! You were wrong about my desires!
Although my brain is starting to figure it out, so...
Well, good.
Got that.
Just don't die.
I will try my best.
Okay. Oh. Missiles incoming!
Not anymore, they're not.
anymore. So how was your guys' Saturday? Got any fun plans for the weekend, or just chilling, watching a stream? The thing is, Cars was vulnerable to sunlight until he used the thing that makes people vampires, and then he wasn't, which sounds like the reverse of how it should work, but it's explained in series. Of course it's explained in series. Oops, excuse me.
The fact that it's explained doesn't
make it a
necessarily
good
mean it's
explanation.
explained well.
Yeah. Okay. Do better with the missiles than I did, because you got this in the bag as long as you can just destroy all the missiles
We'll
that are going to be
see
chasing
about
him.
that.
Nice. My brain is really starting to short circuit. Oh no! Nice.
Yeah, it would be nicer if I got him in the air.
That's true. But we can only hope for so much. So far away. Oh. Just watching streams and playing Jordan's games. That's reasonable. There are a lot of them.
Only
yeah!
like 1,000.
Nice! Oh, no, it's not over yet. Gosh dang.
No, we're taking it to the Metalhead Nest.
Right.
Too many! Too many!
How long is this freaking mission?
I know there's too many Torn. I'm trying my best here. I feel like shooting him directly from behind like that would be counterproductive.
True. And why are we taking such a circuitous route?
I assume it's because... Gosh dang it! I would assume it's because the other routes are... Where did that missile come from? There's people blocking the way otherwise. Like they're just trying to stay alive.
Oh, snap.
And
there
he
he
died.
goes.
All right,
Surely,
let's see where it comes back.
surely there's a checkpoint. Like, okay,
Yes.
thank goodness.
Oh, but it's back here.
Okay, but you're at full health and he's at full health.
I'm also starting to... My brain is starting to configure itself
Which,
properly.
like, doesn't make any sense. If they're putting him at full health, obviously they expected you to fail at some point, which is bad design for a mission. You should have just given him, like, twice as much health to begin with. I don't know. Who would be a good matchup for Naruto? Well, I mean, he marries Hinata. Hinata. Oh, you mean for a fight? Probably still Hinata.
Too many!
I think Naruto
Good
is
matchup for Naruto.
planetary?
The problem with Naruto is that it ended, and they always make them the most powerful at the end. So his power creep got way higher. In all likelihood, the only person who'd be a good match for him currently would be Ichigo at the end of his series, for the same reason. Like, he becomes so insanely powerful at the end of that series that he would probably be a good match.
You know what series I wish they would reboot and, like, redo with maybe a little more, Well, actually, I don't know. I've never watched the whole thing. But Rune Master was a cool concept.
Brave Master?
Yeah, that one. He uses runes.
No.
He doesn't?
He uses Rave Stones.
Oh, whatever.
Hence Rave Master.
Rune stones, rave stones.
Oh, what
Oh,
the...
snap. That came out of nowhere. It was just a cool concept. Like, changing sword. Neat.
I mean, it was done.
Yeah.
The guy who wrote that is the guy who also wrote Fairy Tail and is currently writing Eden Zero. Which, I didn't like Fairy Tail very much. It ended really poorly, in my opinion. It, like, kind of had a non-ending.
Endings are hard.
And, I don't know. I just felt like it had a lot of wasted potential.
Now this is the thick baby.
Yeah, blow it up! Blow it all up!
Oh,
Destroy it! Kill them! Kill them all!
Ichigo could beat Naruto without breaking a sweat, apparently.
It depends. I think really at the 6-way Sage mode, like, Naruto is going to be a pretty tough fight for Ichigo.
Please, Naruto has so many... He has such a varied skill set.
Well,
he
you
has
haven't
shadow
seen
clones.
the end. You haven't seen the end of Bleach. The end of Bleach is really freaking stupid too.
No, I was being facetious. Because he pretty much just has shadow clones and Rasengan.
Oh, he's
pretty
got
much
way
all
more
he
than
uses. He has things that he adds to those two things.
I mean, they are his main arsenal.
Like, Rasen wins Shuriken. I can throw it now. Suck it.
No, it was way more than that. He could throw it, but it was such a devastating attack. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It literally, I don't know if you remember it, but it literally created a needle bomb that destroyed cells. Like, the needles would literally destroy the cells by perforating them.
I do not remember this.
You ready to
Yeah,
rock,
it
Dax?
was crazy.
You mean go in
So
that place?
they look at this guy that
Jack,
got hit
maybe
by
I'll
it, and
stay
they're like,
here
well, I
and,
mean, he's
protect
dying.
Sid."
We don't know why. This medical examiner comes in, and he's like, oh, it's because literally every cell in his body has been perforated, and he's slowly melting. And even if we were to infuse him with chakra to heal him, it wouldn't matter because all his chakra lines have been completely
Severed.
obliterated.
Yeah. Man. Well, it is
Nuke time.
50, so we should probably cut it. But we'll finish this next week for sure. We are right close to the end.
We are pretty close, but there's still a bit more.
Yeah, there's still a bit more. We don't have time to finish it tonight.
Although, I wonder... I guess... we'll have to see if people are interested in us starting Jack X Combat Racing, because I doubt that it's going to take the full 2 hours to finish it next week.
Not?
And if it doesn't, then we're going to need to... What the...
But that being said...
Get dunked on! What the...
Didn't even work.
Well, I reset back to the first one. And I died. Which is fine, because we needed to end it anyway. Oh, look at that nice looking anus over there.
Well,
sphincters.
Alright. Thanks for watching our stream. Glad you guys
that is exactly what they are meant to look like, okay?
Thank you for tuning in, being active in chat. Please share the stream with people that you know so we can get even more active. If you want to have conversations with your friends, but you also want to watch video games, hey, invite them in. Have them chat with us. Seriously, had a great time, and we will tune in for next midweek. We'll be streaming again. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, so you get notified, or join the Discord server, which you can find right down underneath the stream. You'll find a link to it. And with that said, I think that's all we have. Oh, and we'll be continuing our Jack 2 retrospective. That podcast will be coming out on Monday, and we'll announce that also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and the Discord server. So come there, chat about it, listen to it, chat about what you thought about it, chat about some of the things we talked about. Whatever you want. It'll be a great time.
Yep. Alright. We'll hopefully see you guys next time. Whoops. I hit the wrong thing.
Bye.
Bye-bye.